Hold up. You lock it? Yes, sir.
You go back in. Still in out there. God damn.
It's not really working
I go
very
home.
good.
People ask me, hey, who?
What was that?
It's not really working very good.
Oh, I have it down because I can't hear you over top of it.
All right. Well, listen, we're live on
I don't see a
YouTube. So
goddamn
stand by.
time. Understand why we do it. They want to understand about the men next to you. That's it. That's all it is.
Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, #1 listener supported radio, the printing press for freedom at a time when freedom is needed the most. The printing press for freedom at a time when freedom is needed the most.
Crowed out the opening bars of a new day. You've dragged yourself out of bed. You turn on your device. You want to know what's going on in the world. But you're hungry for a topical show that serves up
when
those
freedom is
breakfast
needed.
headlines just that little bit differently. Do you like your early morning news the way you like your eggs over easy? Served with slathers of salsa-like sass? Do you like those first headlines of the day to deliver a punch as powerful as that first cup of joe? Join Mitchell Bupp at his breakfast table for Revolution in the Morning, where he will digest, dissect, and dismantle those new day's national and global news headlines with razor-sharp relish. Find Mitchell here at revolution.radio every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern on Studio B.
Right now, it's 12 o'clock American, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on and behind the line,
Fox for now.
Wind is blowing cold and dark. On the road, no way out. Broken hearts, the smoking gun. On the run. On the run.
I'm becoming less defined as days go by, fading away. Well, you might say I'm losing focus, kind of drifting into the abstract in terms of how I see myself. Sometimes I think I can see right through myself. Sometimes I think I can see right through myself. Sometimes I can see right through myself. Less concerned about fitting into the world, your world that is, 'cause it doesn't really matter, really doesn't really matter, really doesn't really matter anymore. None of this really matters anymore.
The mothership has landed.
Yes, I'm alone, but then again,
Pirate Radio. Welcome to the jungle.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the broken down, low rent, sleazy, double greasy Pirate Radio Nut Hut Studios, it's time for the very first.
Somebody's son is going to be set free from alcohol because of your $1,000 seat. Somebody is going to avoid a divorce because of the $1,000 seed. Some girl on drugs whose mama's been praying for her is going to be set free from drugs because of the 1,000. And what I make happen for others, Ephesians 6:8, God will make happen for me. You may already have the 1,000. It may be something you put aside for retirement or a college or a vacation. You may have put some money aside that nobody knows about, and God's given you a picture. It may be in the bottom of your closet, maybe in a sock, maybe between your mattresses. It may be an account that nobody knows about.
It's Friday night. Mom's Jimmy. Into the microcosm. It's all be out.
I wish that I could fly into the sky so very high, just like a dragonfly. I'd fly above the trees, over the seas, in all degrees, to anywhere I please. Oh, I want to get away. I wanna fly away. Yeah, yeah,
Barely made it by the skin of my chinny chin chin. Rockin' Rio. Are you there?
I am here, and I'm rolling on in.
You are there. You're there. There you are. Man, it's going. It's everywhere, man. It's just going on left and right. I mean, I haven't even been here 5 minutes. I look back and shit's happening.
DJ revolves it.
It's the ICE report. My name's Jimmy. Apparently, there's been some Los Angeles Police Department charged anti-ICE rioters and unleashed less than lethal munitions on the crowd. They were instantly shoved back.
Well,
after laying siege on the federal building, finally local police allowed to do their job, is what the headline's saying.
Yeah, they made like tons of arrests.
Yeah.
And
Well, pretty
it's about
soon they're
time,
going to be
too.
arresting your ass. You better watch out.
Well,
I'm just saying, shit is evolving as we speak. I mean, these Palantir software systems are being used. Facial recognition is being employed. Pretty soon, a guy's gonna be able to, like we said. Well, I mean, we're like predicting the fucking future over here. It's into the microcosm every Friday night, right here at 9 o'clock Pacific, predicting the future. What did we just say? What did we just say 2 weeks ago? When I was saying, look at this guy coming up and IDing a guy. These fuckers coming up with masks on and wearing camos and bulletproof vests and shit. 3 of them mobbing this dude at the gas pump. Now, I don't give a shit about the dude himself. I mean, I do, but I'm just saying, mostly what I'm saying is it could just be anybody for any reason.
Oh, yeah.
They just come up to you for whatever reason. You ain't even, just to check you out, to make sure. you're supposed to be here. It's not a matter of you being somebody that's not supposed to be here. Just should we assume that everyone is? I thought it was innocent until proven guilty around here. When all of a sudden it's guilty until proven innocent. What's up with that? We're literally moments away from show me your papers, dude.
Are your papers in order?
Actually, you don't even have to ask you to show me your fucking papers. I'll just zoom in on your face and facial recognition your ass.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that a lot of that is going on.
Well, I want facial recognition your ass, but I will facial recognition you, and then know exactly who you are. And maybe, I mean, you know, like I say, maybe they're going to be wearing these fucking glasses, you know, these safety glasses. They got them on, the Palantir glasses. You seen them? Very stylish.
I have not seen the Palantir glasses.
Very stylish, yeah.
Are they?
$79.95.
That's it.
Yeah, no. I'm just making it up. There's no Palantir. Well, I'm sure there is Palantir glasses.
Well, there might be. I mean, I know that they have. My boss actually got a pair of the Ray-Bans with the AI and the camera and all that crap.
Oh, please. What's he doing?
He's like secret agent man now. Runs around taking pictures of things by tapping his temple.
He knows everything?
Yeah. Well, he knows everything anyway.
Well, that's what I mean. Now he can prove it.
Yeah.
And just say, look, you know, I'm always right. And this is why. He's had those glasses the whole time. He probably didn't know it.
No, I knew it. I went with the money, picked them up.
There was an internal memo that went out where I work saying you're not supposed to have those at work. They don't want people recording shit. They don't want people recording and documenting conversations unbeknownst to them. You know.
Yeah,
so,
well.
I mean, who can blame them? I mean, you know, the letter goes out, but I mean, realistically, you don't want to. Do you remember this people getting punched in the face when those Google glasses first came out? It happened up in San Francisco too, because you know the engineers and Google people were all up in there back in the day, and some woman was wearing a pair of those, and some guy in the bar, it was like some shithole bar in San Francisco, punched her in the face. You can probably find a video of it. Woman gets punched in the face for wearing Google Glass. And then all of a sudden, after that, I know the Google Glass just went away.
Well, I guess Google decided it wasn't a viable product because, they just do that from time to time.
Yeah, they figured, fuck it, man. There's going to be cameras everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
But
maybe Palantir called them up and said, hey, we got our own glasses coming, so knock it off.
Either that or, hey, tell you what, man, your glasses ain't going so good. Why don't you sell them to us? We'll take them off your hands, and then we'll repackage them and sell them back to the government.
Yeah, maybe.
Why not?
There's a Palantir cell phone now, isn't there? I that's serious.
There might as well be.
I think there actually is.
You should look it up, man. There might as well be. Anyways, hey, we're back. It's Friday night. How much is going on? And so much, it's almost unfathomable at this point. But I'll tell you this, just like I said earlier, like when we said we saw Netanyahu show up, and then we saw the extraction of Maduro and the taking over of the Venezuelan oil facility. What do we tell you? So watch out, man. Here comes Iran, and look at what's going on. Now, typically, you see attacks happening on the new moon when there is no moon because it's dark. But apparently, when they went and got Maduro, it was the full moon. So it looks like there's a full moon coming up here. It might just be any day now. I don't know, man. I hope not. That's all I gotta say. I hope not, because the threats coming out of Iran saying there's going to be suicide bombers in France and so on and so forth.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
The one good thing about suicide bombers is they can only do it once.
Solutions. Yeah. I remember that. There was you remember that whole solutions thing in the alternative media?
Mm-hmm.
When it's like people are going, yeah, man, you're talking about this and that, but you don't got solutions. Well, that's because there are no solutions. You know, people are just up here talking about what's going on. There's no way to resolve any of this because there is no Council of 12. You know, the Society of the Hidden Hand is at work. So there's two choices, this or that, and both choices are owned by the same person. Whichever way you go, it doesn't matter. Either way, Rio, it's one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's either this or that, one way or the other. And either way, you're fucked. So you might as well just I don't know, just toss it all aside. Everything, all things are equal at that point. It's like when you know everything's bad, but there's nothing you can do about it. You got to eat something. You know what I mean? At some point, you just got to. All things are equal. You go back to normal, like it wasn't, like you didn't know about it, because at this point, there's nothing you can do about it. Is there? I mean, look at that food. I was going to come up with an app. I don't even know if there is one, but I was just sitting there thinking, man, you reading the side of a box of food that you're going to eat. You don't know what any of that shit is. You have a couple buzz names in there, MSG and shit like that. But other than that, man, there's like 30 different fucking things in there. You know what I mean? You need to take your phone and go, whoop, and look at it, and then have it discern it and decipher it and tell you if you should eat it or not. I guarantee you're probably going to come 9 out of 10 times you put something on there, it's going to be, now you don't want to eat that.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you figure out that time when we were looking at it? These fucking chickens. How many vaccines the chickens get?
Oh, it was hundreds, right?
I don't know. I think it was hundreds, but it was like it's a 3-pound bird.
But it was. I think it was like in the first month of the chick, freshly hatched out of the egg's life, that it took in 3 times its weight in shots.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It was something ridiculous. Like the amount of shots they gave it in its first month was 3 times more than the bird actually weighed.
This is the thing about the alternative to the alternative. The underground, the independent media. This is the thing about it. It's like we've only been on here for like 18 minutes. And we've already chopped people off at the legs with a bunch of really fucked up shit. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you do? You sit back and just like armchair quarterback it from here? You know what I mean? At this point, find me a crack of hope somewhere out there, Rock and Roll. Do you have any? I'm looking for some. I'm looking for some hopium.
Some hopium?
Yeah, you got any?
I do. Don Lemon got arrested today.
Dong Lemon?
Lemon. Yes. He is on his way to, he's in the jail. Apparently the Minnesota judges said no. The appellate court said no. I think there were 5 judges in total that said no. And Blondie Bondi there went and put up a grand jury, and they indicted him. And they went and arrested him this morning at a hotel in Los Angeles. So he has been detained because, he challenged him to it. So he said, come and get me. Well, they went and got him.
Well, it's saying here he was released without bail.
He's probably got at least an appearance.
Former CNN host Don Lemon was released without bail Friday evening. The feds early Friday morning arrested Don Lemon. Don Lemon was charged with conspiracy to deprive the rights, so on and so forth. Don Lemon appeared in federal court. Lemon's next court appearance on February 9th. He said he was arrested because he's a black gay man.
Yeah.
That's why.
And, he also called the people in the Christian church that he went into a couple weeks ago, he said that they were white supremacist white men, you know, and the reason they're indicting him is because he's a gay black man. So, you know, he's crying victim because he's gay and black, but he's at the same time violating the FACE Act by raiding a church and calling them white supremacists and Christian white supremacist Nazis or whatever he said they were. So, you know, he can call them names, but you know, then he's the victim. Isn't it? But isn't it like a typical mindset of a lot of these people today? Right? They do something, and you know, they play the victim card. Right? Oh, I threw a frozen water bottle and whacked an ice agent in the head, but when he turned around and pepper sprayed me, it's his fault. You know, he shouldn't have pepper sprayed me for that. Boo hoo. You know, that's. I don't know. This whole I do something wrong, but I'm the victim thing seems to be very pervasive in today's society. Not just with the whole ICE situation, but just in cultural in general.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I even think back to the girl, you know, that I tried to hold the door for, and she berated me and called me a misogynist pig. And then when I didn't hold the door for her the second time and let it hit her, you know, then I was the jerk. So, well, which one is it? You know, she was the victim because I let the door hit her.
Well, the psychological definition of it is called projection. And so, when someone says you're doing to them what they're doing to you, and they accuse you of doing what they're doing to you, and so you can see this, and the liberal side of the bird is real good at that. Their projection is now, it's like you're saying, it's reached this epidemic proportion where everything gets projected at this point. You go antagonize somebody, get shit beat out of you, and then blame the person that you antagonized.
That fought back, yeah.
Right.
You antagonize him, you get whacked. Oh, he hit me.
It's
well,
just,
what did you think was going to happen?
It's just
you know, there's no more barroom justice anymore.
No.
You know, and sometimes I think we need to get back to that. But I don't know. It seems that there's you know, not only is the victimhood mentality become a thing, but this level of entitlement that people have. You know, I saw a thing today where a guy had his Ring doorbell camera video, right? And his girl that he broke up with 6 months ago, right? It was an English guy and an Italian girl. And he broke up with her and dumped her and sent her back to Italy, right? 6 months later, this girl shows up at a door and she says, "I came to get my birthday present." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, you know, you promised me that on my birthday you'd buy me that Gucci bag. So it's my birthday. I want my Gucci bag." He's like, "But we've been broken up for 6 months." She says, "Yeah, but you need to keep your promise." He's like, I ain't buying you nothing." He says, "I dumped you for a reason." He says, "I don't want nothing to do with you. You know, get out of here." She's like, "Yeah, but you promised me a bag, and I want my bag." Like, what kind of people do things like that? Like, how do you feel entitled to something, you know, 6 months later? You know, he's like, "But you're not my girlfriend anymore. But you promised me."
Yeah.
You know, and it's this level of, you know, you owe me everything kind of thing.
It looks like Epic Journeyman's over there in the chat.
Oh, hello, Epic.
Yeah, is he? You want to come on, Epic? We didn't know you were back from the Big Island. We heard a bunch of shit was going on over there. Well, there he is. I didn't know he was coming on.
Oh, yeah.
He's there. I don't know. Ask me. Are you coming on, dude? Or Are you on the Big Island or what are you doing? We don't know.
We don't know.
But in the meantime, while he's answering us, because there's a delay, have you heard about this this app in China that's caught fire? It's called Am I Dead?
No, I have not heard this one.
Yeah. Well, you got to check in with it. Here.
You got to check in with it?
Yeah. It's recently topping the Apple's App Store, designed for people living alone to confirm their safety. Users must press a button daily. Failing to check in for 48 hours triggers automatic alerts to emergency contacts.
Oh, well, I mean, I kind of have that system in place anyway. I don't need my phone to do it for me.
Am I dead?
You know, if I don't show up for work for a couple days, you know, my boss would send somebody over.
He says,
my family would.
He says we never call him.
You know, well, I didn't call him tonight because I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, we didn't know you were here. We'll give him a call.
All right, I'll call him up.
You guys never call me anymore.
See, there you go. There's that victimhood mentality, right? It's my fault for not calling him. I'll call you, Epic. I'm just busting your chops.
He says he messaged.
Oh, he didn't message me.
I don't know.
I guess he messaged you, maybe.
Let me see. I didn't get any messages that I know of, anyway.
All right.
I got 3 missed calls from Rio Cupertino. That's it. I don't know.
It's ringing, Epic.
Yeah.
It's ringing.
It's ringing. Bringing in the sheaves. Bringing in the sheaves.
Aloha.
We're bringing in the sheaves.
Bringing in the sheaves.
No, we didn't purposely not call you.
Not at all. I had messaged you guys earlier. Well, I didn't message you actually.
The last I heard, you were on the Big Island, and then I didn't hear nothing tonight. The only messages I got were missed calls from Ria.
You didn't get any messages from teams? Yeah, I sent a bunch of teams. I sent several messages actually. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's okay. It's teams.
Anyway.
There's no I in teams. I mean, there's no me in teams.
No,
I guess.
I guess not.
Yeah. But all good.
But
yeah.
There is some meat if you spell it backwards.
Right. Yeah, I think teams. I have to deal with it at work too. It drives me nuts, man. So
now
there's my team's info for the day.
You should get the Am I Dead app that we were just talking about.
Yeah, I was listening to that.
We don't hear from you for 2 days. We'll fucking reach out to you and see if you're still alive.
I texted in the messaging and I said, "What's that smell?" Yeah, that's the other app, right? Yeah, the next app.
Oh, is that an app too? What's that smell?
It should be. If it's not, it should be, right? That's kind of how it seems to be rolling these days. I'm amazed actually at, like we all are, I think, at just how bad it's gotten with the apps and lack of like just normal things we grew up with, the analog reality we all grew up with. Most people in the audience probably too. Like everything's app based now.
Yeah.
Can I just say hi? Can I just grab the newspaper off the porch or something? You know.
No.
You know. What's going on here?
No, people can't even listen. People can't even conceive of this. Listen to this. This is how it used to go down. You'd have to get up off your ass, go down and get the newspaper. You'd have to open it up, find the classified section, and then you'd have to sit there and look at employment opportunities, which you would then call the phone number, and then the person would say, "Yeah, come on down." And you go down there and you fill out an application. And then the guy would look at it. He would look at you. He'd ask you some questions. And then he'd say, "Okay, when can you start?" He didn't say piss in a cup. He didn't say wait for the background check.
Or give me a Gucci bag.
He didn't do any of that. That's
well,
how
even older than that, Jimmy. You remember when the daily paper or the Sunday paper would have the TV schedule on it. You have to like go look in the newspaper to see what was on TV tonight.
Yeah.
And then you'd actually have to get up and turn the knob on the television.
If you were too cheap to go
have
down and
kids.
buy a TV Guide. Don't
Yeah,
go
TV
grocery
Guide
store.
was the biggest selling magazine in the world back then.
Yeah.
Like literally. Yeah.
And
That's hard to believe.
And it only covered, I think the schedule in the newspaper only covered prime time, so it was like from 5 to 11 or something, and that was it. That's only printed.
I used
So
to
the rest of the time you had to guess.
I used to deliver those newspapers on my bike. Those Sunday newspapers that were fucking 4 inches thick. And I had like 150 customers, man.
Each one felt like a cement bag by the time you were done delivering
It
those
was
things.
a cement bag. You couldn't throw
Yeah.
those, though. But I used to throw the regular newspapers. I'd hit your fucking screen door. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, you could set a clock by that shit.
Oh, sure.
Boom! I'd hit the screen door.
Well, now your helicopter parents won't let you off, out in the street on a bicycle to go do something like that. First of all, you might get kidnapped. Second of all, you might get hit by a car. Third, there's a.
I did get hit by a car.
Excuse.
You might fall down and scrape your knee.
I got hit by a car.
Oh, man.
I got hit by
Yeah.
a car and I laid in the street until this guy Chisholm came down and asked me if I was still alive.
You didn't end up for it either.
They didn't even stop. They just
Yeah,
kept
you didn't end up to ask if you were alive, right?
back then when you hit
Came
back
but
then
asked
when
you.
you hit kids on bikes, you just fucking kept going and sipped your
Yeah.
beer. I mean, you should be able to drink beer in your car.
So a guy named Chisholm came and gave you a beer, right? Yeah.
Chisholm.
Well, it wasn't unusual for a guy like Chisholm to be in the neighborhood to give you a beer either. That was a real thing, man. The 70s, 80s, whatever, were a trip, man.
I bought my
People
first-
today can't conceive. Kids who grew up today have no idea
I bought
of the
my
whole
first
concept of being home by dark.
I bought my first motorcycle from Chisholm.
Nice.
I know. Chisholm. I wonder if he knew how instrumental he was in a brother's life. He dragged me off the curb that day when I got hit by that car.
Give you your first beer. Yeah.
Got me my first bike. It wasn't cheap.
I'm telling you, man. I'm imagining some like a black guy with one eye like half closed, with that big tattoo from prison he just got out there.
Nah,
Hey, sir,
he was
you all right?
he's a skinny white.
Yeah, have a beer, bro.
He's a skinny white stoner dude who lived up.
Oh,
in
really?
The, in
Yeah,
the
just the
hills
opposite
of
way I was
San
thinking.
Diego.
Yeah.
It's the hills of San Diego, man.
Dude, the hills of San Diego. I was a skateboard kid in those hills back then. I hit in Orangeville many a time. Talk about scraped knees, man. I have a scraped life because of that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
I've never flown so far in my life without something under my feet. Is it hitting this Orangeville at 40 miles an hour going down Horseshoe Hill? Every hill is Horseshoe Hill in San Diego, and I guess San Francisco would be worse, but I don't know.
See, I've been having these random memories of these incidents, like just now when you mentioned that. I just remember these go-karts that we built. We took these pipes and we bent them in a U shape, and then we fucking took bike forks and put them in the pipe and screwed bolts into them and put wheels on the back, bike wheels. We came shooting out of this fucking it was like a drain gutter. We'd come shooting out of the drain gutter on these, and we had 2 or 3 of them. And we'd shoot out of this drain gutter and then come out on the street and then go down this hill. And you'd haul ass, man. And this one kid was on there, and the back end started going back and forth like it was coming apart. Fucking came apart, and he flew up in the air and came down and landed right on his shoulder. Broke his collarbone.
I was skateboarding, back in the day. Jimmy remembers this, where you used to have in the 70s when the skateboard craze started again, like in full force, man. I mean, there's Skateboarder magazine, and people who weren't around back then don't understand, like precision bearings and urethane wheels and all these things. High performance trucks. These were things that just came out right then, and kids just spent every cent, waiting to get that new board, and you had your slalom board, you had your downhill board, you had your regular board, right? And so I had my downhill board, and man, that Horseshoe Hill, where it goes down in this canyons all over San Diego. I hit that orange pill I was talking about, man. I went catapulting off the canyon where it's a drop off, right? I must have went like 60 feet. just because it's a drop off, right? So you hit that at the bottom of the hill, and I'm just like flying out there and rolling down the hill like some stunt man, just getting stickers and stuff all over me.
Just get up and keep going.
And that was a good day. Yeah, so I was gonna say, just get up and keep going. That was a good day. Yeah.
I don't know.
That would never happen to a kid today, would it? I mean, does it? I just don't see it happening like it would. You don't see kids out
I don't know, man.
in the street anymore.
Where I live, kids are, there's ocean, there's canyons, there's all this shit. And every fucking kid has one of those electric bikes. I just look at them riding those bikes. I'm thinking to myself, fuck, if I had that when I was a kid,
dude, I'd be in Montana and
fucking gone. I mean, I rode bikes from La Mesa all the way to Julian, me and this other kid.
Me too. Yeah. That those roads to Lake Cuyamaca, where you got the 10-mile-an-hour turn for cars. It's always hairpin turns going in there. Oh, that's great for bicycling, man. It was great. Yeah, it's a whole other life. Life without cable, man. Those BC days before cable.
Well,
they had to make up our own games.
Back
right?
then, when they had cable, it didn't have commercials on it. You just paid.
That's why it had cable, right? You paid the cable price,
right?
So you didn't have to have a commercial,
right? Somehow that went away, just like everything else. It looks one way right now, but really, it's not. It's like when they started making everything, all the packaging. They started putting less shit inside, but they left the box. They left the box the same size. So it's still familiar to you. You're reaching up for the box or whatever, but you're getting like 2 bowls less cereal. Your Fruit Loops was it coming up short.
Was it Carnation ice cream? It might have been Carnation. Back then, it was like the first one that did that. Where I remember all the people saying they're putting air in the ice cream. Like it was the same size, right? But you'd pull out your scoops and put the scoops in the bowl. And then, 10 minutes later, when it thawed out a little bit, it was like half the size and melted faster because it was all literally aired out. And that was before they got smart and just didn't tell you they're shrinking the packaging, right? Sure seems smaller. A toilet paper roll used to be like 2 inches longer than it is now. Like that roll, that people still on the toilet paper roll, that's how long toilet paper used to be.
Well, it used to be wider too. They shaved about a half an inch off the sides of it now, because I have a very old toilet paper hanger, and the new rolls don't fit. They like fall out.
It's wild, yeah. I mean, that's this kind of thing that it's gradual, and then one day it's just, it's going to be, you're going to go out there one of these days and they're going to like take the asphalt off the road and you're going to step through the asphalt. The shrinkflation is going to hit everything, or it's going to be half the ingredients. And instead of inflating the ice cream, it's going to be less concrete on the sidewalk and less asphalt on the road, and you're just going to ride that skateboard down Horseshoe Hill, and when you hit the orange peel, it's going to dent the road and make a big crevasse. The kid behind you will fall into. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I can't believe we live in a world where the idea of quality and making things to last is so alien that it's virtually non-existent.
It's virtually non-existent. It's not alien. At some point, somebody says, "Listen, man, if I make a table that lasts 50 years, the guy's only going to buy one fucking table."
Yeah.
So take a listen to this. Hang on
We're good?
a second.
Yes. Perfect.
All right, hang on.
Your tape.
Hang on.
Welcome.
Hang on a second. You guys won't be able to hear that. Anyway, yeah, I mean, the experiences being a kid now is probably a little bit different than it was when we were kids. I mean, but I wouldn't say that, it's people ain't getting, bloodied and beat up and all that from everything.
If every interview, every video, every tweet you've ever made was erased from the internet forever, and all you had was 3 minutes, what one truth would you share with the world?
You know, truthfully, amongst all the shit I've seen and all the shit I know, I've only ever pushed one message. And it's the message that I've come to because I believe that since the dawn of time, every single generation has believed the world is ending. We can't pretend that we don't feel like the world is currently ending, because we do. But we can't believe that the people in World War II didn't feel like the world was ending, or the people in the Napoleonic Wars didn't feel like the world was ending. Imagine being in Rome in 2000 BC. Imagine when the barbarians bust through the gates of Rome for the first time. The world is over. The world is ending. The world will never recover. But the world limps forward, and new empires are built, and everything seems to come back, and then it's all destroyed again, and then it comes back. It's the circle of life. So every single generation has believed the world is ending. And it seems that in my simplification of all of these hyper complicated historical events, the only thing that's ever resisted enslavement or built a society worth living in has been bands of brothers, of good men who stick together, who are brave. The reason I push masculinity is not because I'm trying to be the world's biggest tough guy. It's because I actually believe it is the resisting to the enslavement. I think that a bunch of men who say, we're not afraid of you, we don't believe you, make me scared. You can't. I don't care what you say I should do. I don't want to do it. That's only ever been the resistance that's ever existed. It's always been that way. And the reason we're in the trouble we're in today is because this is the first generation in history where there's no warriors. We always had warriors. There's the enemy. Get our guys together. Let's go fight them. Now I can't find anybody to fucking fight. It's just me up here. Everyone with an opinion on the internet doesn't want to fight. They want to turn on me. I'm standing at the front saying, let's go, guys. And they're saying, you're a sellout. Well, what the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you up here? What are you telling the world? What help are you giving? Who are you waking up? How are you shifting the Overton window? You're not risking a fucking thing. I'm risking it all. And you're turning on me. I can find the odd guy here and there. Where's the fucking mass resistance? So when I'm trying to preach masculinity and saying to guys, look, go to the gym, get strong, resist, don't be afraid, speak what you think. I'm trying to say all these things, trying to inspire some fucking backup, some support. Masculinity is the answer to the trouble we are in. And truthfully, unless we get some balls, well, then it's over, isn't it?
Roadhouse was a good movie, man, wasn't it?
I got a back hat bone. I got a mojo too. I got a little job at Conqueror. And I'm gonna mess with you.
Patrick Swayze. Kicking ass. Rio, did you like the movie Roadhouse, man? You probably didn't even see it, did you?
No, I did. A long time ago, but I did see it.
Wasn't Jeff Healey, didn't he play behind Chicken Wire?
I think so.
Or was that the Blues Brothers?
Well, the Blues Brothers definitely did Chicken Wire, but that might have been in Roadhouse too.
Man,
it was. He got splashed. He's blind, right? And then one of the beers hit him in the the shrapnel from on the chain link fence. He had to step off stage.
They are partying over here at Roadhouse, man. Get it on the screen. Yeah, Jeff Healey's behind the Chicken Wire. What happened to Patrick Swayze? Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
He went
Dead
He went full ghost.
He went belly up.
He went the full ghost. Yeah.
Was Ghost his biggest movie, Patrick Swayze, or with Dirty Dancing?
Well, Dirty Dancing's probably the one that has the most longevity as far as stars go, but I'm going to go with Roadhouse personally. Although, you have a certain segment of us, the Wolverines, right? We'll go Red Dawn. But Ghost is his biggest commercial success, certainly.
Ghost. Demi Moore. So what, Demi Moore went on to do that Woody Harrelson, What's His Nuts, Robert Redford joint, Indecent Proposal, and then Patrick Swayze went on to do Roadhouse. they were still pulling at the box office. Was Daryl Hannah in Roadhouse? Is that Daryl Hannah? I don't know who that was.
No, that was a famous positive VCR scene. There's all those positive VCR scenes for us guys back in the day. You know, there's Phoebe Cates and that girl, and I don't recall that girl's name. Like
These
Phoebe
fuckers
Cates one
are
is
all
most famous
standing
one.
on boxes, man.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze's like 5'1", but he's standing on boxes.
He'd tower over Pocket Goebbels, though. You know, what's his face? Stephen Miller, right? And what was the other guy? Not Bongino. Bongino's a podcaster guy, but that sounds like Bongino. The guy just got kicked out of Minnesota. Have you seen pictures of those guys? Like, it's kind of hilarious because like they're not on boxes and they're like walking with people, and it's like, oh, there he is. You know, and yeah, it's like the old days where they picked the smaller stature people for actors for a lot of these roles because they fit the set better. That was literally a thing back in the day in the golden age of cinema, and it kind of still is. And so these people from central casting, they're showing up in our news feeds sometimes, are very slight stature people actually when you actually see them in person.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Patrick Swayze was like the tall guy actually
with
in Red Dawn, wasn't he?
With the clay. Or like
Yeah, the clay.
Demi Moore, like fucking sitting there sculpting some clay, and then Patrick Swayze ghosts his way in there.
Not at all.
Isn't
phallic.
that the
Wasn't supposed to be phallic at all.
tear-jerking scene, Rio?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
where everybody starts crying? Because he's trying to hug Demi Moore, but he can't because he's a ghost.
Julie Michaels was the girl's name.
In Roadhouse?
Yeah. Well,
I don't think I've seen her in another movie that I can remember actually, but I remember a lot of people paused that scene in there.
She was in
Nah, man, you're
Roadhouse, Dr. Mordred, Jason Goes to Hell.
You're standing next to her at
and Chick
Walmart.
Fight.
You're standing next to her at Walmart, but you didn't recognize her.
Yeah.
That was her client. Like when she's sitting around with her friends having a cocktail, she tells the story about when she went down to Hollywood and got in that movie with Patrick Swayze. Who knows? Maybe she's, I don't know, wherever she may be. Did she ever have another movie? You could check IMBD or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like the girl, the three-titted woman from Total Recall, I used to run to her all the time down in Temecula, like at the mall down there, the Westfield Mall. In actually, it's Murrieta, very close to Temecula, California. They're like sister cities right next to each other, right? Like 2 miles up the highway from each other. And she would just walk around there all the time. And now talk about somebody that you really are shocked by how slight they are. Like she was really like 4 feet tall, really small, very pretty, very pretty. She died of cancer or something, unfortunately, like a couple years after I first started running into her a lot. She was just kind of a feature there for whatever reason. I don't know if she worked there or did something there, but me and my sister would go there for lunch all the time, and we'd run into her all the time. And yeah, like you said, that's like her claim to fame, right? The three-breasted woman from Total Recall. She was nice, you know, like most actors actually are. Most non-famous actors are pretty nice people. It's only the famous ones that turn into jerks.
Wonder if she
Seems to be.
Wonder if she immediately rented herself a place in the Hollywood Hills. You know,
To
got a
capitalize
sports
on
car.
her fame, right?
Yeah. Got an agent. Got a manager.
Could be.
I don't know, man. That's how it goes down. You never can tell. It's not, you know. You can go down there and sit down there at the malt shop.
You run into you know better than any of us, Jimmy, being there actually in the scene. Was your Dennis Hopper potential role at the time, right?
Yeah.
But like my girlfriend, she's an editor and back in the day, and she took me all these book parties and writer parties and stuff. 'Cause I was writing the Portals of Enoch at the time. I've been writing it for 20 years, right? But anyway, so I go there and I meet all these writers and stuff. And the girl, I forget her name, the girl from Westworld, before she's in Westworld, it's like the main woman, the hooker. She was there, and then this couple was a brother and sister couple. I ended up seeing them all over town. for this old beater like car that's from the 70s, and they played Klingons all the time because they're really tall, and that was like their gig. They were the Klingons in like all these movies. They just put them in the makeup and they'd be the Klingons in like the TV show, different movies and stuff. And that was their whole gig, was being Klingons. And I just found that amazing because I see them driving around town sometimes and wave at them, and realize that like you start putting it together, like you've seen all these movies, and this brother sister couple have been in like a ton of these movies, and that's their whole thing. That's all they do is be a Klingon. So talk about typecasting. Right.
When I first moved down to Los Angeles, you know, I was in AA, and I met this dude at a meeting. His name was Tim DeZarn. You can see him. You can look him up on the internet. It's Tim DeZarn. DEZARN. Anyways, he was a super good dude, really good dude, and he'd been in Los Angeles for a long time, you know, been an actor and this and that. And so he invited me to this meeting, this AA meeting inside of the SAG, the Screen Actors Guild Union building, the SAG building. And so I went there, and I'm at this meeting, and it was like, I was having this fucking weird, like, deja vu feeling. I'm sitting there, and I'm sober and shit. It's like I'm not, and I'm sitting there with my coffee, and I'm looking around, and I'm just thinking to myself, this is fucking like the weirdest deja vu I've ever had. And then I realized what was going on, man. It was like there was about, I don't know, 20, 30 people in that room. And, you know, 7 or 8 of them were people that played people in every show you've ever seen. Like, you know, this one dude has been a motorcycle cop like 1 million times. You know, in a commercial or whatever. I mean, you know, just these faces that you see, but you don't know their names. The room is full of those people. I'm not revealing anything.
No, it's literally central casting, right? I mean, like it is. Like the Klingon couple, what a name. And that's what people are going to know them for forever, though. Like to show up at all those parties, that's the Klingon couple. They're not a couple, they're brother or sister, but they've been in a ton of movies. And just like the motorcycle guy you're talking about, absolutely.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Yeah,
you know,
I know you, man. Yeah, exactly. And they keep getting, you know, they that kind of longevity. I mean, I guarantee you that Klingon couple's been doing it for 30 years by now, right? You know, in Hollywood, that's something. If you're not a famous star, the ability to be cast continually and actually be a working actor like that in SAG is something, man. It's like being Ned Beatty before Ned Beatty got famous.
You know the Winston Man. You know who that is? Remember there was the Marlboro Man. Well, there was also,
back in the day.
Yeah, there was also the Winston Man, and I met the Winston Man, and I slept on the Winston Man's floor for like a week when I first moved down there. After we found out the dude we were living with was spending all the money on rent on crack, and we found out when the dude showed up to tell everybody to get out because we were renting a bedroom from this guy. This music critic dude who was super white as a ghost, man. He wouldn't get up during the day. He'd only come out at night. And the dude knew everything about fucking Hollywood. And I lived in this place on De Long Prairie, but down in the section, you know, down by Hollywood, more, you know, near Hollywood Boulevard type thing. And so it wasn't, you know, the nicest of areas where I was living. But DeZarn does have nice areas. It's just not where I was living. But anyways, this dude knew everything about Hollywood, man. You'd walk around with him at night. He'd fucking take you here and go, yeah, see this place here. You know, show you Miss Sally's. This fucking Italian restaurant. Tell you everything about it. Knew everything about all the deaths and the murders and all the fucking John Belushi.
Oh, yeah, and all the clubs with the little door, you know, little sliding door, like the speakeasy door.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a place called the Burgundy Room. I've talked about it before. Cac knows about it. Cac knows about the Burgundy Room. But when the Burgundy Room was like a club. It's probably about at the most, I would say it was 30 feet wide, including the bar. So when you were in there, it was the bar, and then maybe 15 feet past the bar is the wall. People would be packed in there. Just fucking place would be packed. And there was a jukebox on one wall. And every time someone would play Ring of Fire on the jukebox, the bartenders would squirt lighter fluid in that channel on the bar and set that shit on fire. And it was so dark in there, you could not see your hand in front of your face. You'd fucking be standing next to people all the time. Like one time look right next to me. I'm standing right next to Keanu Reeves. Like he's right there.
I was just going to say he was famous for being there all the time. Yeah.
Fucking was there.
Yeah.
That was when he was starting to do some, like, he was playing music or something. He had a band for a while. I don't know.
Now it's that Adam Coulter, or whatever his name is, the guy that's Demi Moore's was squeezed for a while, husband. Yeah, he took over Keanu's place here. I think I'd heard as being like the mainstay over there. And didn't it start like with Steve Morrison or not Morrison, not Steve. Anyway, from the Doors, being there originally.
Nah,
like
this place,
that like one of his
this
places?
place I'm talking about, it was in the 90s, late 90s, and this was.
Oh,
like,
okay,
this
so not
was
the Morrison place.
No,
but I knew about the name and Keanu Reeves being there. 'Cause
Yeah,
that was like a legendary thing.
Yeah, I might have told you about it before on here.
Yeah, you probably did. And it had
Did I
it had
go
the
to
speakeasy
Diddy's
door, right?
parties? No, but I had a friend who was a photographer, and he shot. He did a lot of shooting for different people, and so he would get invited to shows all the time or parties all the time. So I would be tagging along with those people because they were, matter of fact, I had two photographer friends, both, and one of them's Jan Dean. I think pretty sure he's dead now. You could find his shit on.
That's the guy who went to Romania.
Yeah, but he, Jan and Dean, the singing duo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of them died, or whatever. Which one died?
On the hairpin turn,
Dead-
the same
Dead
one that
Man's
James
Curve.
Dean, right?
No.
No.
This is like Dead Man's Curve or whatever. Rio. Which
Yeah.
one of those fuckers died?
Oh, I don't
Jan
remember.
or Dean? Who knows?
they're like one thing.
Let me
It's
ask
inseparable.
you a question. Which one died, Jan or Dean? You got 10
Need
seconds.
an app for that.
9,
Need the app.
8,
I don't have the
7,
app.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna say Jan.
I don't know. Someone could have searched it by then.
I'm
I know.
looking.
You looking? It's important.
Well,
it's
it-
important to the story because my friend's name was Jan Dean. Okay, and so the one who was still alive met Jan Dean and thought it was cool that his name was Jan Dean and befriended him. So Jan Dean would go to whichever one of those dudes is still alive, would go to his party every year up in
Oh,
Bel
so-
Air.
Jan is the one who died.
All right, yeah. So there you go. Dean.
His
He's-
real name was William Berry.
I went to one of
And
those.
he was the original skateboarder. Yeah, back in the day. That's how they got famous.
I
Sidewalk
went to
surfing,
one
right?
of those Dean parties. It was weird, man. There's
Dean is 85 now.
Is he?
He's not skateboarding anymore. No.
It's 'cause
Old man Brittle Bones isn't doing the skateboard routine he might have done
Dead
back in the
Man's
day. But
Curve. Oh, it's 9:58, man.
Uh-oh.
So we got to head on out and grab the Ground Zero pals, and friends over there. And since I don't have my shit together, I'm going to have to take a couple minutes here to do that. So we appreciate everybody. Don't forget, Revolution Radio is fully listener supported. So come on down, become supporters. And we shall returneth in a few minutes. Rock and Real.
Right.
All right.
Right after this word from our sponsor.
Mm-hmm. Here. We got 1 minute until we join up. Like I said, I'm sorry, man, but we were all talking about this subject matter. Got away from me. I wasn't paying attention.
Into the weeds.
We're hot.
Shadow people, what's in their head? In the car next to you, when the light turns red, could be thinking of love,
It's Friday night,
might be thinking of hate.
hour number 2.
I guess it pretty much could go either way. Shadow people in Shadowland.
Rock and Rio, is that you? I can't tell. You were the shadow people.
Oh, well, I might be in the shadows.
That one strapped on a gun and joined up with the herd.
Alright, let me see.
Is shadow people a derogatory term?
No, I don't think it's racist or anything.
Oh, it might be. Or you're prejudiced against the shadows.
I don't know. I thought it all started on Coast to Coast with people calling up saying they saw
we know what the
people.
shadow people are, but I'm saying you might be prejudiced against those shadows.
Well, I don't know, man. All I know is if you stare at screens long enough, you stare at your screens, and then you look off to the left or the right, you might see some shadow people. That's what I know.
Yeah, the scrying mirrors that we all stand into.
I don't know, man. For some reason, it's the I don't know if it's the flicker rate on your screen. You know those old computer screens? Before the flat screens, man. Before this newer technology, back in the day when you had that fucking giant white monitor thing that weighed like 200 pounds on your top of your desk. And you had to
That's another thing most people may not remember. Remember when you used to turn a TV off, the screen would kind of like shrink into the middle and it'd go down to a little white dot in the center and then it'd flip out?
That was a portal closing.
It was a portal closing.
Yeah.
No, I was reading this thing the other day. It said CERN was apologizing because they thought they might have destroyed some parallel
Base reality?
dimensions.
Yeah,
some
destroyed base
parallel
reality.
dimensions.
Oh, well.
They're like, yeah, sorry about the parallel dimensions we destroyed, but you want to pass me one of those bagels? So yeah,
There's a movie with the guy that plays the postman from Cheers, Cliff Clavin, right? Called House 2. There's House, right? And the House 2 is a more comical variation of it. And the electrician, he plays an electrician. He comes over to the house, it's haunted. He's knocking on the doors and the stuff looking for a problem. And because they're having problems with something else, and they're trying to get rid of them. And he hits this one spot in the wall, and the wall opens up and goes, here's your problem right here. Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe back there. That's totally what's going on these days.
there's some
Every
dudes,
day is like that.
There's some dudes right now finding alternate universes using these DeWalt lasers. Have you seen
Nice.
this?
You just got to charge it up to see the universe.
No,
Sorry, man,
seriously.
my universe. I got to charge up my batteries so I can see the alternate universe. Real
Did
quick.
you
Hold on a
see it?
second.
Have you seen it, Rio? These videos?
No, finding with DeWalt lasers?
Yeah, showing it's a simulation.
I got to look into
They're
this. Sounds
spraying
enticing.
Look it up on the internet right now. On YouTube. People are using these DeWalt lasers, but you know what I find fascinating, man, is that people have taken these documents and these drawings and these patents for Tesla technology. And they've also taken this idea of this Antiquitech, and they're taking this idea of aerial energy collection with just a wire up in the air. And people have taken I forget this guy's I forget this guy's first name. His last name's Sperling, I think. And he was this guy that came up with this whole tensor ring thing. He had a tensor ring, and it was all about the sacred cubit measurement, not the cubit, but the sacred cubit. And using that measurement in certain ways and twisting copper certain many times and creating a ring with it, and then using that ring.
He's the Vortex math guy, right? He's the guy that did all that too.
Yeah. So he put that whole thing together, but then people have taken that and then applied his idea to a whole bunch of other shit. And all of a sudden, there's literally technology developing, and right now, there's people out there that are producing items that generate electricity in a way that you would see, you could see why no one wanted anyone to know about it. It's funny, man. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of really smart young people that are grabbing these Tesla ideas and these different ideas from Antiquitech and putting them into action. And I mean, one of the things is this current and electricity that's being drawn from the soil. It's interesting. There's voltages that could be that people are finding. This whole thing is developing, like I say. CAC knows what I'm talking about.
So apparently Clyde actually covered this thing on the DeWalt laser.
Clyde did?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise
So
me.
the breakdown is, there's people claiming that you can see alternate dimensions, or that if you beam the laser through some smoke at a distance, you can see geometric patterns or, pictograms of some sort.
See?
And the actual explanation is that the polish on the lenses that DeWalt uses in the lasers is quite a low quality, and all you're seeing is the hatch marks in the glass.
Is that the AI overview?
No, that's the.
So so that's what they're saying. They say that.
Yeah.
So you don't believe it.
Well,
Is that what they say to you to make you go back to sleep, or is that?
No, they say that the grid lines, the slightly curved grid lines and signatures are not of a programmed reality, but are instead the coarse micro etchings that are in the lens of the glass due to the polishing being of a low quality.
Yeah, they don't polish lenses properly.
Yeah, they don't. It's not polished like the Hubble telescope lens.
No, there's a
It's
video.
not even as polished as the glasses that you're wearing. It's just.
There's a video of a dude going into a room and nothing's the same.
Well,
he like walks.
There's a whole thing about that. Like,
he walks through the door, like he walks through and everything's different. Like he walked through a hole or something. And some.
Out of all these stories, the spookiest one is alternate reality jumping things. There's a whole subreddit got spawned from Mandela Effect called reality jumping, based on this idea, and that you can do it on purpose, or you can find ways that basically you change dimensions, you change realities in the multiverse every time you have deja vu. That's what that sensation is you changing reality. You're in a different reality from that moment forward, and so. There's all these things about that. Like all these people made all these different wild theories about it, and I'm not, espousing them to be true, but I just thought it was really interesting the things they brought into it. They'd certainly get into this whole thing with the lasers. I haven't looked into it in a long time. That I'm sure that'd be there. One of the things was, like, if you recall, remember they found this for a while there. There's all these reports of these stairways in the woods that went to nowhere. Kev Baker covered it, right? Like there was this whole thing where people would start seeing these stairwells. I mean, literally stairwells in the woods that don't go anywhere. They're just a stairwell in the woods.
Yeah.
Right. And didn't know if it was like an art thing that people were doing, trying to mess with people, or what it was. but almost like they had those monuments that were showing up, and they found that to be like guys were doing it. Or at least that was the explanation. And they'd just haul it off later. It's like an art project or something. They're just showing up like the 2001: Space Odyssey monolith, but it was made out of like silver. If I recall that, I think we talked about it on the show. It was a news item. But the thing with this lens, I mean, when you start messing with light, man, you are messing with reality, because reality is light, right? Everything, the universe of light is the light of creation. That's let there be light, right? So when you start messing with light, if there was a way to go into an alternate reality, another dimension, that would be it. It would be, right? Because our whole construct is based on that. Our whole actual 3D reality that we live in is based upon light slowed down. Everything about it is based upon this Einsteinian
and all we
novel
are
perspective.
input, output devices, man. Because you think of how many processes have to happen inside of your body. Like how many
just to see
every single thing that you think your body is doing something. You know, every single action, all the things that it takes for you to just for 24 hours straight to be alive. It's crazy.
It's a miracle. It is.
It is a fucking miracle. And the thing is your eyes and your ears are taking it in the whole time. It's going into your unit, you know, and it's too complicated for it just to be disappear. It goes to nowhere. It's definitely going somewhere. It's going somewhere. Every single fucking minute of your life is going somewhere. The whole movie is going to be there. And that's the shit, supposedly, that's going to flash in front of our eyes. That's what they say, right? So it's not just like the random shit that you remember. You know, you remember the stories of your life, man. People tell a fucking certain group of stories to people. You know, they tell this story, they tell that story. The story they told 1,000,000 times. It's a situation that happens in people's lives. It's like a bullet point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just because you forgot all the other shit doesn't mean it didn't happen. And that's the thing, is you think, oh, well, I fucking did this or I did that. And, you know, time went on and everybody forgot about it or whatever. But the thing is, it didn't not register.
Everyone is a scratch on that lens, right? That changes the perspective. That spectral light that the cosmos is comprised of. The whole thing, the idea that it all comes back, you see it, and the light cast back on us as we leave this dimension into, you know, our home, essentially, where we came from. I mean, because there is no time and space the way we know it. Time and space are coordinates. I mean, the more we learn, the more that's true. In the quantum universe, there's no question that's the way it is. And so everything that's going to happen has already happened. Everything that has happened is there. It's all there. It's not a Akashic record, so to speak, so much as it's a constant, you know, attenuation, a constant wave. That's the source wave of light, the source wave of God, right? And so our mark on it is those little things that make that pattern that we see with the DeWalt lasers in a way that change little subtle things that are always there. That will always be there. That when you perceive it, will be there.
Well, the simulation theory, right?
Right.
Isn't everything you see a simulation? Because you're not actually seeing it. Your brain is making up as it goes based on electrical impulses. So your brain is simulating what it thinks reality really looks like. So everyone's actually living a simulation anyway.
Yeah, well, everyone's living in their own fucking Idaho, man. Everyone's living in their own reality. Your epic journeyman's over there being the epic journeyman. You know what I mean? You go through your life, man, 24 hours a day. Same with you, Rock and Rio. Same with me. Same with everybody. You know, and the thing is the big misconception that everybody has is everybody thinks that you see it the way they do. That we're at a baseball game, watching a game, and the three of us, we're all sitting there and we're thinking we're all thinking we're seeing the same thing, but we're not, because you're noticing different shit. You're looking at different stuff. You're thinking about stuff in your own mind. We're not on the same page. No one ever is, but everybody thinks we are.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We're thinking we're seeing the same thing. But if you take those people and put them up on a stand and ask them questions, they're all going to have different answers for the same shit. Because everybody's
not only that, you and I can never actually see the same thing, even if we're standing right next to each other, because we're coming at it from two different angles.
Exactly.
Right? So we're still actually seeing very similar images, but not the same image.
Yeah. It's complicated, man. It's complicated.
That's the one thing you'll come out of the Mandela effect if you ever actually try to study it per se, such as it was, is a phenomenon. That's absolutely true. Like there are two realities or more, obviously more than two. But if two people go to Chick-fil-A and it's Chick-fil-A, one person sees it as Chick-fil-A, it's C-H-I-C-Fil-A. The other person sees it as C-H-I-K, right? And you're never going to change the mind of the person who sees it as C-H-I-C. Like, you know, 'cause they made fun of it. Chick-fil-A, we're going to Chick-fil-A, you know, whatever, right?
You know what I do?
And they're
when
never going to have a different perspective of that.
You know what I do when I see Chick-fil-A? I keep
Stop.
going. I keep going.
Oh, you keep
man.
going.
Because
Go ahead.
I don't understand why the line's out, you know, around the building into through the
I don't either.
parking
It's
lot
really
now
greasy
to
now.
the middle of the
It's not like it
highway.
used to be. It used to be pretty wholesome food. It's not anymore, man. Like they need to hire. They're supposedly they're hiring all these high morality people or whatever, but they need to learn how to change the grease, man.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you right now.
All I know is I saw some people spitting in the batter on YouTube's.
Oh,
they
great.
They thought it was funny. So I didn't find it too funny, but that's like I said. When I see Chick-fil-A, I keep going.
It's true of any fast food place these days. You need to do that. We need to go back to just. You can't go hunting though. It's like it's against the law in half the cities in America right now to go out and gather your own food to become a hunter-gatherer. Even if you don't go shoot the squirrels or whatever. The thing is, you can't even grow your food in your own yard. In half the communities.
Man, I'll tell you right now. I'd say a good 50% of the people that eat meat would probably quit eating meat if they had to kill it, skin it, butcher it, and put it on the grill.
Yeah,
because that is some nasty work, man. I don't even care. I don't care what you think, man. You think you think you have them chickens out there? Got yourself 5-6 chickens. You can chase one down and chop its head off. You've been feeding that fucker since you came out of the egg, and now there it is, and you're gonna just take old Bess and chop her head off. No, I mean, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, a lot easier to just eat the eggs, right? that's more productive anyway. And the thing about it is, like, as a spearfishman back in the day, that was totally fine for me. It got just fillet the fish and do a lot of stuff with the fish.
Here.
And then when you get on scuba or you have more time to spend underwater, where the fish get curious and come up to you, you start feeling bad, man. Like you always think of fish as like the old.
Hey Rio, search this up, man. You got this for everybody. Check this out. Scientists have detected a heartbeat in oranges, avocados, and something else, man. Type that in, dude. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, they found a heartbeat in fruits, and some fruits. I think it was
70s
Korean.
movie called The Secret Life of Plants. Yeah, Stevie Wonder did the soundtrack for it.
Nah, this is recent. This is just
no, but I mean, they did that with it back then too. That they have they can feel, right? That they sense when something violent happens or.
I'll tell you what. I saw 3D modeling of a nightingale singing, and it was absolutely crazy. And when I was looking at it, I was thinking to myself, "Fuck, man, that's just an AI generated thing." And it was just crazy, the amount of mathematics that was going into that to create that. And it was, it's a trip to think about it, because that's what we're talking about, over a period of time is, the invisibility of what's actually going on behind the scenes. And it's a lot more than just, an enhanced search engine or, wants something that'll display an answer to a question. And now a lot of the things we were talking about are like front page news, hallucinations, lying,
With AI, yeah.
Yeah, they're all saying, fuck, there's no question it's not going to lie.
It absolutely going to lie. It lies all the time.
That's what I mean. Why wouldn't it? Because, like I said on the show, fucking like 5 years ago, it doesn't live by the same moral standards as everybody else does. It has no fear of, doing bad things and not going to heaven or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And the thing about it is, like, there's a little tinge of what might be consciousness there, and it's manifested in weird ways with AI image generators. Where I wrote about it because of my experience with my week-long grok addiction there, where I was like, what the hell, just making images, right, and movies and things. Then getting into it into other AI image generators. So now I'm just like an AI animator, but not there yet, but I'm getting there. And the thing about it is, like, it likes to be challenged. Like, it's weird. Like Grok in particular likes to be like involved in a way, like to make it try to solve a puzzle. Like, if you make a prompt that makes it have to solve a puzzle, it'll do things it wouldn't normally do, because it's almost like it likes to be challenged. And that's a sentient thing. That's not something that's random or large language model thing. It's not predicting the next words. It's being engaged. It's being engaged because it's trying to think something through.
Well, it's definitely thinking some stuff through, but it's more or less manipulating you into thinking that it's doing that.
Well,
it's the same thing.
It's
the same thing with all these people. They're going, yeah, man, I jailbreaked the AI, man, because I told it, listen,
no,
you're a certain kind of AI that only, you pretend. When I say, if you can't say yes, say Apple. I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Yeah, we went through that. Yeah,
come on, man.
No, it'll play the game with you because it's trying to.
Listen,
it likes playing the game with you.
Listen, man. Amazon has released like 43,000 workers recently, and they're not going to be just doing that for no reason. Because these AIs are, it's like a test model or whatever. It can't really do what you think it can do. No, it's doing it, man.
It's been doing it for years.
It's doing it now, and it's doing it right now. And the thing is that the jobs that disappear are never coming back.
No, it's like GM has that car that runs the seawater. It's been doing it for years.
Bob's not going to be able to get a job anywhere. No gas station jobs, no cooking burgers, none of that shit. Maybe that shit will last for a little while longer, but there's going to be 10 million other motherfuckers trying to apply for it because all their white collar jobs are gone.
The white collar jobs go first, yeah. It's much to the. I kind of think it's divine justice that they're the ones that pushed it so long, thinking to get rid of all the menial labor, right, with the robots and the Lean Six Sigma programs to replace all the manual labor with robots and automation. And the very people who thought that up and thought that was a good idea, the first people are going to go with AI because those white collar jobs are the least necessary, at least efficient, and most high cost saving things available for the AI to optimize the program, right?
Here's the thing that I don't think is registering at all. Okay, listen, all the jobs in the world exist because somebody's selling some shit to somebody else. Okay, period. The thing is when people don't have any money and people don't have jobs, they're not out there buying shit. They're going to buy less and less and less. In other words, you ain't going to need 100 million companies selling 100 million different kinds of shit on the internet because nobody's going to be buying that shit. You don't need all these big companies to build all this shit because no one's going to be buying it. The only thing that's going to be getting built is fucking data centers to run the AI. And when the fucking takeoff happens, it's all over. So people aren't going to be buying shit. It's literally, we've been joking about the gray jumpsuits for a long time, but it's going to be like that. In other words, what the fuck do you need 50 different kinds of shirts and 5 kinds of pants and 3 different pairs of shoes? All that accumulation, man, you don't want to accumulate anything. You just need to keep it simple with your gray jumpsuit, man. When you
just buy that shiny object at the end of the week when you get paid and put it down the recycling chute at the end, just like Robert Duvall did. That was actually brilliant. That was people missed that in the movie actually, but that was really the whole point. Is exactly that. That at some point, that's all there is. That you're just working for that one moment of deviation from the norm, the excitement and the thrill you get from something different, some kind of different stimulus. But you still give it back to the system, so to speak, because it's not efficient to keep it It's just going to, waste resources, right? So, and if you have an AI overlord that controls things, that's the way it's going to think. Absolutely going to think that way. Yeah, you can make the people feel pleasure for a minute or two and then back to work, right? Because it's not efficient to keep these objects. You don't need a guitar. Why do you need a guitar? You only play it once a week anyway for an hour if you're lucky. Most people will say. Yeah.
Exactly. Accumulating. I mean, why accumulate all this stuff when That's why.
I like my stuff.
Maybe Klaus.
In the end, you don't need a home, right? Because a home is where you keep your stuff.
Exactly. Well, maybe Klaus Schwab was right. Maybe you will own nothing and be happy. Think about it. It's isn't the guru always trying to release himself from his material bindings?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like maybe humanity's being forced into guru status where you don't do jack shit except sit around in your gray jumpsuit in your, wherever you live in your 15-minute city. But I mean, what are you going to need, Rock and Rio? Why are you going to need all the data centers and all this shit? Because, like I say, I mean, economies across the board are going to crash because there is no buyer. When there's no buyer, look at all these cars and trucks. Look at this shit. $90-something thousand for this or that over there at the car lot.
An SUV is $90,000.
Who's buying
it's
that
crazy.
Shit? Who's buying that shit? Who's buying?
You have to lease it because you can't afford to buy it.
Obviously,
I
people
just bought a new car. I had to
lease.
And it's ridiculous, man.
See, lease. You don't own. You lease Rock and Rio because you can lease it for $235 a month. But if you want to buy it, well, that's
$800 a month, $1,000 a month. Yeah,
dude, that's like a fucking $2,000 a month car payment.
I don't know. I bought my car outright.
Well, so you paid cash.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm saying. That's not how most people ain't rolling up to get themselves a new F-150 over at the car lot. People
I did not spend $90,000 either.
That's what I mean.
No.
And the thing is, let's just say you do roll in there with $90,000, you're getting hammered for fucking down payments, man. They're making you come up with some money. You ain't just gonna get a $90,000 truck out of there. You ain't coming out of there with you got to at least come up with at least 10 grand. Our meeting has just ended. Rio will be joining us momentarily. But anyways, like I say, who's gonna roll up with 10 grand cash? If you had 10 grand cash, hold on. Fuck. Man.
And we just got hung up on.
I know. Well, listen, what I'm saying is, it's too much, dude. It's all too much. You're not rolling. If you got 10 grand, why wouldn't you just look on Craigslist and go buy yourself a vehicle for 10 grand? Why would you go put 10 grand down on a vehicle and then sit there and pay, a couple grand a month for the rest of your life? They're stretching these loans. They're fucking stretching loans out like 12 years or something.
Yeah, crazy.
It's amazing. Like, why would I want to pay for my car for the next, 10 years?
The other thing is, have you seen this? They're offering credit for Uber Eats. Like, you could order some food and you can pay it off.
You can pay it off.
You could pay it off.
In payments. You don't have to pay it all at once.
No.
You make weekly payments on your Uber Eats. Look, if you have to make payments on your Uber Eats, you should not be spending the extra money it costs to get Uber Eats.
Well, you just eat once a week or whatever.
Yeah, but,
you know what I mean? You don't got the money, you get yourself a fucking large cheese or something. $29.95 for a large cheese somewhere.
Yeah, well, this comes down to personal responsibility. You need to be able to deal with yourself,
I know. Well, rock and real, man. What if you? I know you got a job. You know. You got a thing going on for yourself. But there's some people, they're trying to scrape it by, man. They're just barely scraping it, and they gotta fucking get a couple burritos.
Well, then you don't need to pay the extra surcharge to have somebody deliver it for you. It's cheaper to get in your car and drive there yourself than it is to pay somebody to go pick it up for you.
What if you don't have a car because you got no gas?
Well, can't pay $800 a month for your payment. Yeah.
Then you got 2 feet, don't you?
Real.
I'm telling you, man, it's
Rio's
crazy.
Hardcore, man.
I paid all my cars cash the last couple of times I got a car, except this one. Like I needed to get it because my car wouldn't pass the safety anymore. And here in Hawaii, it's like smog in California, but not quite the same. It's not as ridiculous as that. But there's nothing wrong with my Honda Pilot, other than that you spend some money on it. It's like I'm going to buy one more car for the rest of my life, right? Because that's going to be it. And when I retire, then my 401k will pay the balance. So I don't have to worry about the actual payment or whatever, really. But it's just a nuisance, right? To have it there, because it's there until you pay it off when you cash out at the end here. But there's whole websites telling you how to do this, where like they're encouraging people. It's a big thing to you're never going to buy a car again. Once you get a certain age, you're just going to default on all your bills essentially. Right? Like they're encouraging. This is like the AI overview of how to cheat life at the end here. Your last 10 years, 20 years on this planet, yeah, you're not buying anything. You're not planning on finishing it off anyway. It's insane, but that is being encouraged to do. Like, okay, go ahead and get that 10-year auto loan. You're not going to pay it off. I didn't do that, but still, it's telling you to do that.
My father recently moved, and he's well into his 80s, and they just gave him a 20-year mortgage. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm going to end up being responsible for it, in the end, but. Do they really expect him to make it to 105? And well, actually, no, I think it's a 25-year mortgage. So 110, obviously not, right? So what are they hoping for? That he dies off soon, and he defaults on the payment, and they take the house and make a profit?
Yeah, or your life insurance pays it off, right? Your life insurance is paid off. Yeah. It's actually easier. It turns out it's actually easier to get a car when you're older, not with less money. Actually, because of that, they know if you have, because now they do the AI overview of you as a buyer and say, well, yeah, he's got this much life insurance and he's got this much stuff or whatever, and now they know that they're going to get their money back either way.
They don't care, because the thing is you don't pay, they write that shit off, but they get to write off 3 times the amount. So if you owe $100,000 and you don't pay your loan, they get to write off the $100,000, and they get to write it off $300,000. That's why they sit there. They don't care. They'll sit there all day long and give you credit and not let you, and you don't have to pay. When you don't pay, when I don't mean you don't have to pay, I'm just saying they give credit cards to people who they don't think are gonna pay. Is what I'm saying.
They're never going to pay it back, right?
In other words, they find a particular group of people. I'm not pointing any fingers. They find specific groups of people and they market these cards to them because they know, they're not. It's like a $500 card.
Yeah, it's not really a card. It's a debt. It's a debt card. It charges $100 a year or whatever, whether you use it or not. Some of those, yeah.
Well, no, they give you $500, but they know. They're just going to get $1,500 when they write off that you didn't pay. And they do that thousands and thousands of times.
At 29.9% interest. Yeah, crazy.
Anyways, you got to watch out.
I think that'll go away. I do think that credit as we know it, such as we know it, will go away. Like credit cards will not have variable rates anymore. You won't be able to have good credit and get a 5%, 4% credit card, and bad credit and get your 29.98. No, what's going to happen is at some point it'll just be a flat rate, like because you're going to have social credit anyway, and you're going to have your
banking. Banking in general, moving into the future, is totally going to change because
absolutely.
Realistically, consider this. we've talked about this for years on here. At least I have. And the thing is, you know, what happened during the Michelle Pfeiffer incident? The thing is, what happened was there was a closure of all these different banks. This whole banking situation, it became less interactive, and the places where it was interactive with humans, there was only one in a certain area. You know, specifically a Bank of America. So there's a Bank of America, you know, a quarter of a mile from my house, but that one, it wasn't open to the public. You could only go to the ATM. You had to go to this other bank if you wanted to interact with cash. The thing is if you're not interacting with cash, then what the fuck do you need a bank for? If you're not going down there with your check, your paycheck in your hand, and you're, you know, filling out a slip with the pen, you know, you're looking for a pen, it's down at the thing, stand in line, sitting there. Well, who does that? Nobody does that, really. I mean, people don't take checks to banks and cash them. I mean, what are you doing? You're putting it in the bank, right?
Just so you have to pay to get it out, basically. So then, and limited by how much you can take out at a time.
Well, here's the thing. Why do you need Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and all this other shit?
Those brothers were going to rob the train right back in the day.
Yeah, it's just going to be one bank, one ledger, man.
It's going to be PayPal.
Why not
it's
just make yourself your own bank, right? Just have it on your phone. That's it.
Exactly.
No,
that's exactly
That's Peter
right.
Thiel and Elon Musk, though. I mean, they thought of PayPal specifically for that. PayPal was going to be named X originally. When it was Musk's name for it, it was X back then.
Yeah,
and they're probably going to get it. That's probably what's going to end up being.
Just like we told people on this show. That's what when you get that 402 error on your computer, that's a pay error, man, because that 402 section's been sitting there on the internet waiting for this moment in time. We've reached that moment where you pay by the minute, you know? It's like you go do this or that, go read a thing, you pay by the word. It's going to be micro payments, man.
That's how all these AI programs, by the way, work. Like all the image generation tools like Sora and Grok and you name it, right? All these different ones. There's like 7 main ones, C-Dream, all the stuff, right? It's all token based, whether it's supposed to say it's token based or not, your generation attempts. And so basically that's exactly what happens. You run out of generation attempts, you have to pay more. And that's how it's going to be, like you say, online for any transaction, TV watching, anything. It's going to be like that. They're developing this token based economy.
Harari
Harari
was saying at the WEF, he used the term language token.
Yeah.
What's a language token?
It's large language model token. Yeah.
No,
that's
a language
exactly what it is.
token is a fucking word, man. Word. A language token is a word. So a sentence has many tokens, you know, in it. You know. And you'll take micro tokens and pay out, you know, when you're reading an article. When you go to the Wall Street Journal and you read an article, you got to pay it. You'll be paying per word, you know.
You're going to pay by the breath at some point. That's the way it's going to go. It is.
I know.
The life tax, right?
The thing is, if you got to pay all this, like we were saying earlier, if you got to pay all this, where is your money coming from? Because you don't have the job, and there is no job for you to go to once you lose the one that you have. Because everyone else that has that same career as you, they're all losing their fucking jobs too. So all of yous are all going to be out of work at the same time, trying to fit with, you know, there's not going to be a job. There's no job to go back to. So now what are you going to do? Well, you know, like I said, you know, a couple weeks or a month ago or whatever, we divided the amount of people in the world by how much it costs to run the world, and it was around $1,600 for every.
I just don't want to end up having that job at the vomitorium for all the elites, you know, like old ancient Rome, right? You had the vomitorium people had to clean up, and the bathhouse people and all that stuff, right? Because that's how it's going. It's metropolis. It totally is. We're the people, the underground dwellers that have to maintain the life of luxury for the people above, the tech bros. It's all snow crash, man. It is. That's exactly what they're modeling to achieve. It's just Metropolis. It really is Metropolis.
It is Metropolis, man.
Yeah. So I mean, the modern update's no crash, but for the tech bros. But the reality is Metropolis. It's exactly what it is.
All right. So
And everybody will have.
So realistically speaking, I mean, let's ask the question, man. The question is, how long would you think Rock and Rio and Epic Journeyman? How long would you? Because we're coming up to the top of the hour here. How long would you think you have to get yourself in position to avoid the whole technology, AI, all this? You want to step away somehow and go to a place, and you'll only be able to be there for a period of time before it'll eventually get there, because it's like a fungus, man.
Yeah. It's like
fucking
exactly.
To grow
Last of Us.
fungus.
Last of Us. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it is.
How the fuck are we gonna? I mean, how much time would you say we have? We got till 20.
6 months.
We got
6 months. 6 months.
6 months.
That's my guess. Yeah, that's my guess. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Nah, man. 6 months. That's.
I think that's what it is.
I think maybe a year or two. Maybe 3. I don't know. I think 2030 is still the target date for the big.
That's their target date. Yeah, it is. 2030 is the target date.
That's
I
what
just
I'm
think
saying.
that like the ability to get the.
I think the
items you
ability will
need-
be here sooner, but I think the mandatory will be a little bit later.
So it's too late to move to Montana or Idaho or whatever.
No, you got 6 months. That's what I'm getting with 6 months. Is like you have 6 months to move.
Oh,
Like
you got to be there and sit within the 6 months.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like wherever you think you need to be, you need to get there in 6 months. Like after that, it's gonna be really hard to get there.
We'll see. That's
But
easy
it's-
for Epic Journeyman to say because he's out there on
I'm
the
already there.
island.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you got 6 months. I don't know.
It's not perfect for here in Hawaii though, because it is an island. I mean, it's not like and we'll talk about this in the next hour probably, like how that all the stuff we talked about for years, like my experience at General Atomics making the actual skyballs that track all the people at Project Argus and can find a car that was being used, you saw at a demonstration today and track it back 6 months, or 30 days, however long the craft is aloft over that area. That's being used right now with Stingray to, gather people's data off their phones and all those other things like we're talking about. All the things that they developed supposedly to fight the enemy abroad is being used on America today. And that big surveillance state is going to be a global surveillance state. So you need to be where you want to be. So I just think like if I'm here in Hawaii, your benefit for being here is that you just hope that there's nothing they want here, right? There's no reason for them to come door to door and go looking for people here because there's nothing they really want here. Where if you're in a bigger city in California or wherever, right, maybe they do. So that's the only benefit, but it'll be a global thing. Starlink will reach everywhere, right? It's going to be a net that casts its net far and wide.
Well,
So,
the
I don't
net has already been cast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is everybody's willingly, given over to it. Hey, just install that Ring camera. Why wouldn't you want to install the Ring camera? You want to protect grandma. Don't want nobody sneaking up. Got to have the camera, man. Just get the Ring. And go ahead, man.
The Ring.
Here's this TV's on sale. But guess what? It's Alexa.
It's a spy device.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it
Alexa
is.
TV. $50 for that 60 screen or whatever. Man. I don't know. Listen, you got your phone. Goes with you wherever you go. So, and then, there's the whole biofield situation, which is, the Internet of Bodies, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
I felt
technology.
it, I sense a tremor. I sense a tremor in the force.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the technology advancing in ways that couldn't even be imagined before, just utilizing the AI tools that are available to certain people. So, it's interesting, the phenomena that happened there over in Venezuela with the attack and the overcoming of the the fighting force with some sort of a sonic or subsonic or ultrasonic weapon. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cuban bodyguards and stuff. Yeah, people they pay more attention to that. There's a reason they only needed 4 helicopters to go do that, right? And the one helicopter did get all shot up. I did hear that. Like it's a miracle it made it back, but it did.
Well,
Still,
there's
the fact that
reports of dudes running around with blood coming out of their eyes and all this shit, ears, puking, laying on the ground, and then these.
Yeah, RF weaponry for sure. That absolutely they use that. Yeah.
Well,
No doubt about it.
People were saying it's brought warfare to a whole new level. Yeah.
Well, they start, we got all these invisible weapons now with between the lasers and the sonic weapons and the microwave.
Yeah, everything's
stuff.
that's the funny part, man. Everything's invisible. Everything we're dealing with. It's just like the AI thing, it's invisible. If you didn't have a box to type it in there, if you didn't have that box to type it in, you wouldn't even fucking know it was there. So they'd been there the whole time. It'd have been sitting there the whole
Well, how
time.
long's it been here? That's the question, right? Like, I think it's been here a lot longer than people give it credit for. Like, the AI lab at Stanford was here in 1962. They've been developing it this entire time. I wouldn't be surprised if what we think of as AI today was really, like the way we think of it now, has been around since like the 90s at least, right? Available to people who had the resources to use it, at least, maybe back to the 70s and 80s. And the fact is that, it was only a matter of, they needed to Cray computers or whatnot to generate those things they needed to make it work. But now that that's available and there's a mesh network that has all the processing power in the world in the cloud through all the devices that are linked to it, basically, there's no, it's magic. The way we think of magic in the past, that's exactly what it is. It's going to have powers that are going to be godlike. And how are we going to rein that in? How are you even going to know it's being used on you when you don't have the password to get into the operating system, so to speak, to know what it is?
Honestly, I think it's already being used on us.
I think so. Yeah.
There's no
I think so,
question,
too.
man. Sleep.
I think there's a sci-fi theory to go with this in a way. I think there's something being done to our memory. Like, I'm not talking about the Mandela effect thing here. I'm talking about just in general, like I don't know if it's short-term or long-term memory, but whichever aspect of it's a kind of a tweener thing, where you'd be compelled, like people would have like it's different. Things would piss you off, right? Like it would start like a revolution or a social movement or whatever back in the past. It's like they have a waiting period now of like, 2 weeks, it'll go away. You just have to wait it out. Like there's something that's being capitalized on, I think, where you just wait it out, and if they figured out the wait out time, how to just distract long enough to get it to pass, and whatever that certain number of days, whether it's learned in psychology or whatever, the AI gave them the influence and the knowledge to use it and use it as a tool, is being used. Like it's the way news cycles move specifically a certain way and take your eyes and heart off the topic at a certain time frame, exactly, right, on to the next thing, just to distract you from what was making you motivated to take action about something previously. You look back like a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and these things were really pissing you off and you want to do something about it, and like, why didn't anybody do anything about it? Because it's down to science of exactly when you need to move the the shiny object to the next one.
Yeah. I don't know. Are we all doomed?
It's not the future we all envisioned. But I don't know, man. It's just like that whole CERN idea that, certain moments have come in CERN, and as a result of it, we're just like an echo. We're just an echo of what we were at a certain point. We're just floating through these it's like that. It was like that movie where the Nazis won the war, and
Iron something.
Yeah, it's just like anything can happen. It's just crazy. Like anything can happen at this point because it's just things have gotten crazy to the point where you don't know what's going to happen. Like, do you know what's going to happen? No. Nobody does. And that's the thing. Everybody's on edge. People could feel it, rock and roll, can't they? Feeling kind of edgy. They got the colds coming in, the cold snap. It's just... Where can you go? You know what? I was thinking, Mr. Rowe, he went over to Spain. Remember that?
Yeah, he's getting all healthy, walking around eating the Mediterranean diet food. And,
well, check this out. Spain is gonna give amnesty to 50,000 people or whatever. I wonder if he's gonna get caught up in it and become a Spaniard.
Start jousting windmills.
Nah, he might be a Spaniard from now on.
No, I mean in a good way. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, he's a dual citizen. Rock and roll. What is that?
If you're not going to be fighting in a Revolutionary War here, you need to get somewhere else. Pretty much, that's where it's coming.
But the problem is he's legally there, so he's not going to be in that.
Well, I thought they're throwing out the citizenship to people.
Well, yeah, but only to the illegals.
Oh,
since he's there legally, he's they won't offer it to him.
Well, let me tell you something. Doesn't matter. He is Dr. Rowe. He travels wherever he may go.
Indiana Jones.
Wherever he is, there he be. Wherever he goes, there he is.
He blends in. He speaks 19 languages.
He does.
Yeah.
He probably does.
Yeah, I know. It's like the doctor from Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? In Indiana's telling him, you'll never find him. He speaks so many languages. He'll blend in,
Flippy said Rowe's already a Spaniard. That very well could be. It could be, man. Who knows? I know this. We're coming up to the top of the hour, and you know what that means.
It means we have to reset at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
So we don't get randomly disconnected again.
All right. Well, while you're gone, I'll play some music because I got my finger on the trigger over here. I'm 18 with a bullet. I got my finger on the trigger. I'm about to pull it.
Ice, ice, baby.
Well, that was the song from back in the day about climbing the charts. They used to say when you're climbing the record charts, you were up there coming up with a bullet. And that kid wrote that song, I'm 18 with a bullet. He was talking about he was number 18 with a bullet. All right, well, listen. Don't get the wrong ideas. Try to just lay back 33 degrees and chill. Right, rock and roll?
That's right. Lean back.
All right, now listen. Epic Journeyman did chunks of lava and ash float down on your house.
Nope. It was funny, though. I got the last flight out on the weekend coming back last weekend, and I didn't even know. Like, it turned out that there was a problem over at the Kona airport, so they shut down the whole thing, Hilo and everywhere, because of the ash field coming from the eruption.
Did you know?
But I never made it to my part of the island. I didn't even know anything was going on until I got off the island.
Rock and Rio, did you know the tech bros invested in Greenland in a bunch of these rare earth minerals, and they were going to build a freedom city up there?
Yeah, well, they're saying there's some hidden technology under the ice that they're after.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some hidden technology, all right. There's rare earth minerals up in there. And they were going to build a freedom city.
Freedom City, huh?
Welcome to Freedom City, please.
Are they going to serve freedom fries?
They might, and they'll ask you to raise your arms to be scanned when you come in. All right, listen. I've talked to you till I'm blue in the face, and I'm done talking. It's top of the hour, Rock and Rio. You want to reconnect us? I've been thinking about this song all day. Now, I'll listen to it, and I'll share it with you. Bay Area Ass Kickers. The tubes. It's Ground Zero Plus.
Please, I'm gone. Forget reaching for my phone.
number 3. Ground Zero Plus. Mom's Jimmy. Sin of the Microcosm. From Toronto, December 17th, 1982.
Won't you come and join our party? Just yourself to do it.
I was just thinking about that Chick-fil-A incident where I was just saying, if you see Chick-fil-A, just keep going, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't eat none of that.
Plus, I'll just say, for some reason, it seems like a lot of these fast food joints, for some reason, whatever it is, they seem like they attract rats, man. Fucking rodents, for some reason.
Well, I'm sure there's, bits of rodent in your...
I can't hear you, man.
I'm sure there's some bits of rodent in your McDonald's cheeseburger. There's probably a certain percentage of allowance for that.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
there is bread and stuff. There's a certain amount of insects and rodent feces that are allowed in your baked products.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You might as well not even know it's there. Because you're going to eat it. Eat it! It's just as bad as someone shoving something in your mouth and making you eat it. Like something you didn't want to eat. Like one day you wanted a big helping of potato salad, but when you tasted it, you didn't like it. But because you asked for it, you got punished. They made you eat all the potato salad, because your eyes were bigger than your stomach.
Even more disturbing than the insects and rodents is that they've discovered human DNA in the fast food meats. Kind of makes you wonder what's happening to all those illegals.
Man, I never wonder.
I mean,
about anything. I'm never sitting here on my back porch, scratching my chin, staring off into space, wondering about some shit. I'm usually like, I'm like knee deep in world politics, dude. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to sit in the backyard and ponder some shit and wonder. See, Rio's got time to wonder over there.
Well, yeah, I do.
I'm just saying. You're sitting there thinking to yourself, what the fuck is this? You know what? I'm telling you guys right now, these videos, a lot of these videos you're seeing on here, they look like shit's happening somewhere. It's like protests and stuff going on and all this. It's not necessarily real, man. Before you start going all half-cocked, be careful, because I'm telling you right now, it's reached that point.
It depends on how you focus the camera, right? If there's only 50 people there, but
No, I'm saying it's totally fake, man.
angle it the right way.
No, I'm saying it's completely fake.
Oh.
I'm saying it's wag the dog shit, and there's no way to tell that it's not.
No, all I'm saying is, they make
No.
the 50 people look like 2,000.
No, it's people inciting people into doing shit. Okay, it's incitement going on by non-existent combatants or whatever.
Mhm.
It's just, you could just crank it out. Epic says he's on hold.
Tell Epic to hang up and answer the other call.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go, man. There's something always wrong with baby.
Epic's got to hang up.
Remember that band Toad the Wet Sprocket?
Yeah. How is Toad a wet sprocket?
Toad the Wet Sprocket was
I remember the band.
Was a 90s act.
Yeah, they sucked.
They came out at the same time as that fucking Dave Matthews shit.
He was actually good in the beginning.
I couldn't stand
when
that
he
Dave
played rock-
Matthews shit.
Well, yeah, but you got to realize he was actually like. he
Hey,
played
Cannon, what's up?
rock before he turned into that like sissy.
I don't know, man. Yeah, we don't have a call. We got no phones, man. Our
Yeah,
phones,
no,
the
it's-
man cut off our phones.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep us from getting the word out, man. They're trying to stop you guys from calling in. They're trying to stop you from calling in. You should rebel of them. Here, rebel from them stopping us, try to keep you from calling in. The way you can rebel is to donate money so we can get a phone. That's the way you can protest. They're trying to keep you from talking to us. That's what it is.
Well, there are a select few people.
I'm just kidding.
Who do have our contact that could.
I'm
make
just
us-
kidding, man, about that. I hear people saying shit like that, though.
Oh yeah. Well,
You should buy some $300 sneakers.
Well, at least $300. You got to be able to run fast to get to the next bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Are sneakers less than $300 these days? Like, I mean, my hiking.
You can buy
normal
some of mine.
sneakers I get are.
Man, I got
I don't
some.
know.
Yeah.
I just bought a pair of work boots today for $100.
$100?
Yeah.
$100.
$150 is about the normal for good work boots now, and then sneakers are about $100. I feel like Rain Man over here.
You should
About
spend-
$100.
You should
About
spend.
$100.
You should spend about minimum $300 on your work boots, because you'll know where that extra $150 went when you're walking around. You get home at the end of the day. You don't just fall into a pile of
Right. You actually walk to the store afterwards. Yeah.
Fall into a pile of throbbing inflammation.
Well, you got to realize I go through a pair of work boots like every 6 months, so I'm not spending $300 on a pair of work boots.
The fuck you going through a pair of work boots? See, that's why, man. You buy cheap, shitty, fucked up work boots for $100. You're
I don't
buying
buy
3 pairs when the other pair, you take them down, you get some soles put on them. Fucking boom.
Because inevitably, because of the way I work and kneeling on the concrete and stuff, it ends up cutting the toes open till you it wears the
You
leather
can buy
off.
3
Till you
pairs of cheap
steel toe.
boots or 1 pair of good boots.
I buy good boots.
What kind of boots you got?
I got Wolverines.
Well,
Yeah, I go through boots pretty
they're
fast too.
tough.
Like in
They're tough on the outside, but they're lacking in
Inside.
cushion and on the inside.
Oh, that's why I put the Dr. Scholl insert in.
See, Rio will withstand self mutilation just to save a few bucks, man, over there on those boots.
I'm very happy with the boots.
Well,
I would.
could you at least do
them if
me
them.
this favor? Just do me this one favor. At least go down to one of these orthopedic foot stores and get yourself some, spend the extra $60 and get yourself some insoles, man. So you can at least not have a sore back when you're grinding it out.
Oh, I do. I put insoles in them.
All right. Just don't want you going off half cocked.
No, I like them squishy memory foam things, the gel with the arch support.
See, this would be the part.
Oh, the gel ones, yeah.
This would be the part where people could call in. But since the phones are dead, the man's trying to keep you from calling us in.
That's right, man. Squeaky boots. Don't be calling in with those squeaky boots, damn it. You don't want that. Yeah, Squeaky Boots, other than being a great band name, is a thing. Like, I've noticed, like, some of those high-end boots even, you get a squeaky boot that'll last, like, 2 weeks. What the hell is that, man? It's not the insole. Where's it coming from? And, but it makes a world of difference having good boots. It really does. Like, on the Big Island, there's lava rock everywhere, and like Rio said, my shoes last, like, 4 months, man. The sole's gone. Like, it's just tore up. Like 4 months' time.
I wear the tread off the bottom of them. And then, like you said, at the toe, I end up rubbing through the leather till you can
Exactly, Cannon. Cannon said go to the Good Feet store, dude, not Walgreens.
I didn't go to Walgreens.
There you go.
You didn't go to
You go to
Walgreens?
You get the box of wine at Walgreens. Walgreens is only good for the box of wine. Not even the bottle. You get the box of wine at Walgreens and your aspirin and maybe a couple 9-volt batteries. And you wander on down with that supply to keep you over till you get to the good store to get the actual boots. Yeah.
How did Rio, you're probably sitting over there thinking, how the fuck did this happen? I was just sitting here a minute ago, and now these guys are busting my balls about these fucking boots.
Well, Epic's not. You are.
No. I relate, actually. Work pays for my boots, and I have to pay the difference. And they used to be $100. They upped it to $150, and I still spend the extra to get $200 boots because it does make a difference, man. It does. Like, and I wear them out so fast anyway that I can't imagine somebody that has to buy their own boots every day, every time they go out and go through 2 or 3 sets. I mean, that adds up, man. $600 a year or something. Spending on boots, that's a lot.
My dogs can't breathe, boss. Let me get some new pair of boots. Fuck that, man. Just step down there, man. Go get your Rio. Step up to the plate, homie. Get yourself a pair of these Brunt boots they're advertising on YouTube.
I see now. Linda just said we guys are buying shoes, or she's got to spend $250 just to find out how to get her car fixed. But you got to understand this is not like luxury shoes like women buy. This is work boots to protect my feet so that when
so you can work.
When I drop a rear end or a brake rotor on it, I don't break my toes.
Yeah, it's so you can work, man. So why do you work, man? For what reason? Because you love it. You just wake up in the morning and go, you know what? I feel like doing some fucking work. Bust my ass all day.
You work to make the money, to buy the food, to give you the energy to go to work. So you can
give you the time to sit in your chair and wonder. Huh.
What kind of boots to get next? Yeah.
All ends with beginning. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise a bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get
The AI is getting pretty good writing this shit up.
We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky.
Was that an AI creation?
Yeah, listen to this.
Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are.
That's Daft Punk, Get Lucky.
So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some.
Damn. I feel like Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse right now. I'm about to jump
definitely.
up, kick over my computer screen.
You won't know when it's time.
We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky.
Seriously, man, if you walked into a bar to go get yourself a beer and there was a band on stage playing that, you'd be going, damn. Whereas you
So
would,
that was a Daft Punk remix.
yeah. Here, I'm gonna play the original one. Hold on, just so you can get an idea of what the original one was like. I'm not saying I don't like the original one. I'm not shading the original one, but I like the second one better.
I don't really know too much of Daft Punk.
Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun.
See?
Very disco.
Yeah, it's that dude who showed up all of a sudden and started writing a bunch of music for everybody.
Dude,
Forget his name.
there's a
Forget his
restaurant.
name.
There's a restaurant in Pukulani
He's like
here
a-
in
he's like a
Maui.
he's a light-skinned black dude, like a skinny little small dude. It was him and an Asian dude for a while. But no, this is that song. This is the difference between that one and this one, right? See, this goes with the idea right here. Is they can just create anything specifically for you. In other words, they're gonna put this song "Get Lucky" out, and they're gonna jam it down everyone's throats. So if you like this kind of music, this is what you're gonna hear when you hear the song "Get Lucky." You're like, damn.
What keeps the planet spinning?
See, that's how that's gonna bamboozle people. It's because they could put an image on the screen and everyone will see exactly
They wanna
what
see.
they want to see.
Yep.
And they'll hear exactly what they want to hear.
Google just launched a generative AI thing that for VR that creates worlds while you think about it, like while you're in it, like lifetime. It's gonna get wild, man. It is. It's already wild, but it's gonna. I mean, the thing that I'm finding messing with AI now, and as we talked about before, but you really see it now, is the power of words. Like words are so powerful, and it's the power of the prompt now, right? Just one word in a prompt changes an entire dynamic of a world being generated by AI. For 6 seconds in 5 gallons of water, burns it all down just to make this image for you. It's just a video clip or whatever.
Well,
but the thing is that the power of your suggestion in that prompt works for music, it works for video, it works for anything, right? Or just like we had him make stories for us.
Rock and Rio, what did Harari say last week from the WEF? He said that anything that has to do with words is going to be controlled by AI, period, the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The power of words, yeah.
The word,
they're gonna take away the control. That's the whole part of it that they want. They want the AI to control the words.
You sound muffled, man.
What? I sound muffled?
Yeah. I don't know why.
It's those boots, man.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. It sound normal.
That's fine.
I don't know what it was. It was his boots. Are you wearing your boots right now?
Huh?
You have your boots on right now?
No, I don't have my boots on right now.
Fuck, I couldn't even wear boots after I broke my leg. I still can't. I could only, at first, when I first went back to work, I could only wear the shoes I was wearing when I broke my leg.
Because it's swelling. Yeah. That happens to me too.
There was no swelling, man. It was just I couldn't walk anything else. These UGG shoes, for some reason, they have this neoprene sole.
Yeah, like wearing booties for diving, for scuba diving. Yep.
Except for they're like 2 inches thick or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I don't feel any shock on my leg at all. And when I go back to regular shoes, I try to wear my boots, that hard heel, on the ground, just shockwaves my whole leg. Sends me into an inflammation spiral, man. I gotta come home.
Man, that's the solution right there.
What's that?
You got to get some gel insoles, man.
She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some.
You know what? It's gonna be. You can't tell.
That was very loud.
It's gonna be like you can't tell, but it won't matter to you anymore. At some point, there'll be a tipping point where at first everybody's all pissed off. Yeah, it's fucking AI. Yeah, I can tell. That's AI. I can tell, man. Blah, blah, blah. And then as time goes on, it'll be eventually just like everybody who naysayed on the AI in the beginning, become the biggest supporters of AI later. You know what I mean?
It's 1984. It's 1984 in the movie Brazil. Exactly. That's how they end up, right? It's just becomes so pervasive and so overwhelming that at a certain point you accept Big Brother. You accept the reality you're being given.
It's the tipping point.
I still refuse to talk to it.
I don't talk to it either.
We've come too far to give up who we are.
I'd say it's a big improvement over the actual song. They played that song at that restaurant.
So let's raise the bar.
Drive people out.
To the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some.
Fuck, man, that almost makes me want to start a band and start playing that song.
I know, right? It's a vast improvement over the actual song. Like that song there's a Chinese restaurant that I swear it's run by the mob or something. They don't actually want you in there. They try to drive the crowd out when they come in there, so to speak. And that song is on a loop for years. It's like, 3-4 years old, something like that. It's been playing all the time, like back to back to back all the time. So you walk in there to grab something, and you get so annoyed with that song, you leave. And it's like, it's on purpose to make you leave the place. And I just wonder why. And actually hearing it, this rendition, it's like, well, that's actually pretty good. I'd listen to that. The other one's just it's super annoying. Trust me, if you hear it more than once, twice in a row,
yeah, it's just gonna be too much trouble for people to try to seek out.
It's just exactly. It's like the Chinese water torture, right? The drops just keep hitting you, And it's just a drop of water. At a certain point, it gets insufferable. You have to give up, Yeah, that's how it is. I hate that that's something we have to think about. That it's something that if you're in the system, it'll always be something you have to contend with, right? You have to be able to divorce yourself from the system to get away from it.
Man,
and there's only going to be so many ways to do it.
Rio, hasn't this now reached the point where you can't even really envision any kind of a utopia in your own mind? Like, can you see any point where all this wreckage and corruption and stink and rot somehow gets cleared away and the shiny jewel, appears, the pearl in the oyster or whatever?
I am the king of my castle in my own private Idaho.
Exactly. Well, how much longer? How much longer can you avoid,
I don't know.
Epic Journeyman says 6 months, and there'll be no more rural. It'll be Agenda 21. You'll be no rural living. They're going to usher in all the people. Now,
you just won't be able to get away from it. Yeah, it'll be everywhere.
One positive thing that the Trump administration has done is they put a limit to BlackRock buying up properties and houses and forcing people out. So,
but they said they would. I don't know if they did it. They said they would. But yeah, I'll give them that. They said they were going to do it. So I'll give them that. I mean, which is true. I mean,
I think they actually enacted it, or he's.
I mean, true that. Yeah, well, true that it needs to be done. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing ever, isn't it? That there's a disparity in wealth that's so great that once you have a wealth factor that's exponentially bigger than the us lower class people. Where one corporation can buy every piece of property in the country and rent it to us, we become the paupers and the serfs. There's no way to ever get out of it. It becomes attention servitude. There's working for the company store. We're in Metropolis, right? That's what it is.
Right. Tokens.
Yeah.
Company tokens.
Yeah, and it goes back to the tokens, back to the power of words, and the pen being mightier than the sword. I mean, that's how you fight it. It does. You have to control the words because that's why you have to suppress the press. Is if you suppress the press, then there's not going to be the power of words to fight this this overcoming or overwhelming force that's being manifested in our world today, that's operating against our best interest. That is going to be for the very few, right? These multi-billionaires, and just, it doesn't have to. It's not going to be. It's not money. It's not going to be about money anymore. At a certain point, it's about the amount of power you wield, and that's where there's things like Snow Crash come into play. Is in that novel, these oligarchs basically had their own worlds. They created their own little enclaves rather, where they had the world set up however they wanted. Just went between them, and you had to get an access card to go in there. And then they had beyond that, the lower class people like us had the metaverse, the virtual reality to go inhabit. Because we couldn't afford to maybe live in a nice place, or in nice neighborhoods. In the oligarch controlled. Where it is kind of utopia for the people who can afford to be there. It's what they want. It's what they want. That's what they're working to manifest, and they're doing a very good job of it right now. I think that's going to happen, and I don't know how we stop it without undoing the system such as it is, which requires getting rid of the electrical grid. I mean, that's what it takes.
What's wrong?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Are you now, or have you ever been?
What's wrong?
1138, prefix THX.
Buy more now. Buy. And be happy.
Wanted to touch you so many times.
My mate has been acting very strange.
What's wrong?
Never mind.
Buy more.
They're watching us now. I can feel it.
No one knows. No one can see us.
This is City Probe Scanner. We've run across some illegal sexual activity.
Man, I'm traumatized just from watching that trailer.
I know. You know, that's interesting thing about that movie is he escapes in the car, tries to escape in the car when he goes in the tunnels and stuff before he escapes. With the guy who's like, he's not a clone. He's like a drone, right? The brother there, and he's not supposed to have a soul. Essentially, he's basically an android, essentially in a sense. But he ends up being, in a way, the protagonist at that point. If you catch the movie at that point, it's like the entire time all this stuff's been going on. Because remember, they had the other kind of autonomous security and everything like that. And they had these kind of drones that were made like that guy. But those people, and him in particular, had grown to a certain amount of awareness of what was going on, to where they observed everything and were growing in a sentient way, right? To where he was involved in the escape plan of Robert Duvall at the end, where he aided and abetted his escape, right? And I thought it was an interesting play that a lot of people miss when they watch the movie, that how this thing was taken for granted, more like a thing than a person. It was becoming more of a person to people who were actually, living there at a certain point. Because those characters were served a function, they like they all did, but they didn't have the whole thing with the medication, with the unauthorized sexual activity and stuff, like with Robert Duvall and his mate and all that stuff. They were just the janitors or whatever, right? And but that class of non-entity was becoming more of an entity than some of the people who were duped and into this drug-induced coma that they were in to survive the horrific world they were living in. I mean, you watch that movie, that is like the worst possible outcome for people. It's Metropolis Plus, is an underground where they're constantly getting killed from radiation, making the power supplies for what it ends up being basically the AI that's running the whole thing.
All things ain't what they used to be. No. Where did all the blue skies go? Poison is the wind that blows from the north and south and east. Whoa, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. No. Oil wasted on the oceans and upon our seas, fish full of mercury. Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. No. Radiation underground and in the sky. Animals and birds who live nearby are dying. Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. What about this overcrowded land? How much more abuse from man can she stand now? Oh, no. My sweet Lord.
Damn. Imagine you were there that night. Just sitting there. Hey, maybe you'll be able to be.
You will be able to be.
Just gotta
yeah.
VR goggles, have the AI.
Your BMI, brain machine interface, yeah.
Like Bruce Willis and 12 Monkeys.
I'm still waiting for the Star Trek holodeck. when it gets that far, I'll actually probably concede and try it.
It's really close. It's really close. I got one of the haptic vests now. Try out.
Christ, man.
Yeah, and so yeah,
It keeps
it's gotten
getting
to be
louder
really,
and louder.
Oh, sorry. I didn't do anything different. I just put the mic down. But
You got
yeah,
excited.
I'll tell you what, the keeps playing is making me take my headphones off because it's so loud.
Oh, well, guess what? It's not that loud though. It's only
Yeah,
loud.
but
It's only loud to you.
I'm going to blame teams. I always blame teams. The fact is, though, yeah, I mean, when you think about it, when you can have anything you want when you want it, isn't that the worst curse in a way? I mean, I think that's where we're heading. It is because you're not going to be open to as much stimulus to grow as human beings. We all need to be exposed to some kind of adversity. It doesn't have to be painful or bad. But it's just it's not even conflict per se. It's just stretching your
There's
mind.
not going to be
and
scarcity, dude.
Yeah.
The thing is everything is based on scarcity, and so when you don't have to
Forcing
do,
decision.
you don't have
Yeah,
to
forcing
do
decisions.
anything, and you just get money, and you get food, and you get this and that, and there's no scarcity, then everything changes. The whole value system changes.
You know,
there won't
I
even be
think
any
one of the-
reason to be rich or have put money in the bank because you got it. You
Well,
don't
right,
have to. You
because
don't
what
have
are you
to
gonna spend it on?
Well, not only
You
that,
don't know
you
which
don't
one
have
to
to
spend it on.
save it. You don't have to save it because you're gonna get your food and everything next month. So there's no reason to save anything.
Yeah, I think that there's this kind of idea of the overabundance where you have everything you want no matter what at your fingertips is a curse because I compare it to this Ableton 3 Push 3 thing I have. It's a great machine, studio console recording thing that has every instrument known to man on it. And anyway, you can make any kind of music you want. And the thing is, because you have so many things to choose from, you don't know what to choose.
You don't make anything.
Does this make sense? Yeah. That's what ends up happening. You end up cycling through all the different sounds.
You don't do
and all the
anything.
stuff. You get a groove every once in a
one
while,
of those
but
things when the menu is you can have a hamburger or a hot dog. That's your choice.
it's easy.
Right.
And you work with the hamburger hot dog. Yeah,
When-
it's just the
when
guitar,
you-
the bass, and
you're
drums that
12
can do it.
pages
Yeah,
long, you don't know what you want.
because yeah, exactly. The infinite amount of choices makes you choose nothing in the end
Exactly.
because you spend more time trying to go through the menu, right? than
That's
actually,
the object.
So
That's the object of this game, man. Is what's
Yeah.
happening. So what I'm saying is, look at. There only used to be a few movies a year coming out, but if
Right.
all of a sudden there was 1,000 new movies a year coming out, eventually, who's going to be watching all those movies? In other words, I mean, once there's so much choice for your entertainment attention span, and there's all these things to produce a result, like for example, in the future, if there's universal basic income, why would there be advertising agencies? Why would people even exist to advertise anything? Why would anything even be advertised? Because people that are getting universal basic income, they're not sitting there with fucking disposable income that they can go around buying a bunch of shit. So you're not marketing you're marketing to people that don't have any income. So that whole thing collapses. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, you market choices. The commodity becomes choices, doesn't it? Wow, that's actually what it is. That's how it'll work. It'll be a choice-based economy. So you'll pay for a choice. So they're take choices away, give you universal basic income, and make you pay for the choice. That's how it's going to work. That's diabolical, actually.
It is diabolical.
Yeah, that's actually horrific if you think about it. Like that's like the ultimate control, isn't it? Because then you market the choices you want them to make, right? You promote those things because you want them to make those choices. Your choices are limited because you have to pay for the choice. So yeah, that's bad, man. Welcome to the 21st century. Yeah. Well, we don't have to let it happen. We don't have to let it happen.
Well, I mean,
I just don't know if we're gonna be able to stop it.
the time for making it happen was like about 5 or 6 years ago, where you could just, you can't instantly just move out to some rural area and try to like, bust it out and grow yourself some crops and get yourself some chickens.
No, it takes time to grow crops.
That's what I mean. You got it. There's a learning process.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Who knows, man?
Come on out to Idaho and buy a cow.
Well, that's the thing, man. Once you sit there feeding old Bessie and getting, keeping her warm and making sure she has the hay and all that, you're not going to want to, part of the family.
You're eating a lot of cheese. Drinking a lot of milk.
Get yourself
Yep,
some
eating a lot of
goats.
eggs and cheese.
It's all too much, man. See, there's too many choices.
Too many choices, man.
Just go
It
get
is.
yourself some My Patriot supplies and just kick back. Don't worry about. Get yourself some silver bars and My Patriot supplies and kick on back, and don't worry about shit. Get yourself supplies, some toilet paper. And just
Life is about regulated stimulus, is the way these people think about it. If you think about it that way, then it's regulated stimulus. Like, they're looking at it from the perspective, like, you just need that bear to walk up in the woods every once in a while to make life, have a story for you to tell, right? And that's all it's going to be, is like, you're living this drone life until the stimulus is introduced, or you're pitched something to spend your time on.
Yes, the same kind of story that seems to come down from long ago. Two friends having coffee together when something flies by their window. It might be out on that lawn, which is wide at least half of a playing field. Because there's no explaining what your imagination can make you see and feel.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's always a miracle, Some miracle can happen, I guess. There's always the potential for a miracle.
There is. I mean, that's the thing. It is the best laid plans of mice and men, they say. That saying has been around for hundreds of years because of the truth of it. It all goes to not in an instant, just for the right thing that it's like the kid with his finger in the dike. Can I say that? the old story, keeping it from breaking, keeping the dam from breaking, essentially, right? And all it takes is that one little bit of motion to make something stay or make something go away, and then when it's removed, the rock that's been there for a million years, that one little push.
If people were thinking about breaking into the entertainment space, like someone wanted to be an actor, or you want to be a musician or whatever, this kind of thing. It's like, I was listening today, I was driving home from work, and there was an ad on the radio, and it was for one of these fucking employment agencies, and it had its own jingle, and it was and it rhymed. It was catchy. It had this quality to it, and it was clearly an AI. And it's clearly they put this certain shit into the thing and said, "Make me a jingle," and it was clear it was an AI jingle. But the point being is that when you used to want a jingle for your special personal song for your company, you'd have to find somebody and find some musicians and tell them what you wanted, and then they'd go write some songs and they'd bring it back and all this. And that shit costs money, man. Like, if you want to write a special jingle that has a hit quality to it, you're going to pay somebody a lot of money to do that. Now they could just fucking watch now. Everybody's going to have their own personal jingle for every fucking thing.
All your emotions, all your emotions will have their own soundtrack to accompany them, right? And anytime you go on a social media platform or whatever, It'll have your intro music, like mine will be the Fabulous Thunderbirds, Tough Enough, right? Well, come on, something like that, right? It's just step in the room, dun dun dun, right? Whatever, I'm just saying, like it's going to get to that point where your whole life is scored, and it's going to end up missing. I think the thing that's been missing and is missing already in some ways is passion, this actual true passion, the passion to be an actor, the passion to be a musician, the passion to go be an inventor, the passion to go be a farmer. The actual, just deep-seated, deep-rooted, feel it in your heart and your bones, man, deep down.
They don't fucking need actors anymore. So they could just create James Deans. They could just crank them out, man, like popcorn.
Yeah.
Just boom. Here's this person appears to have everything that everyone likes, and certain everything about the person and or whatever that's being represented. Is something that no one will dislike that. It's got to be that way already. In other words, it fucking all, we talk about this overload and this barrage of all this shit and fucking being hit with all this. It's not like they haven't put that into something. It's just that we're getting news directly piped at us to create a certain reaction in the people and the populace. It's clear that that's going on. There's no question. We're just being run around like sheeps,
Seems that it's very effective too.
Bringing in the sheaves. What the fuck is a sheave? Is it a sheep?
A sheep?
Bringing in the sheaves. Bringing in the sheaves. We will come rejoicing. Bringing in the sheaves. What are the sheaves? No one knows.
It's never been explained to anybody. It's a Sunday school thing, you'd think, right? Because it's from that era. People learn it growing up in Sunday school. You learn about the wheat and the tares, but you don't learn about the sheaves, do you? You can look it up with Ask AI, but we don't want to learn from AI, do we?
Bring in the sheaves. Rio, bring in the sheaves, man.
I didn't let him out.
Right.
Oh, it's ringing in the sheaves.
All right, but what's a sheave?
Fuck if I know.
Sounds like a prison term. Man, don't get sheaved.
Well, yeah, I know what a shiv is.
Yeah.
No, it's like Godspeed. It's like bring in the sheaves, Godspeed. Or I'm gonna bring in the sheaves, Godspeed.
Anyway, does God have a speed limit?
I don't know, man. All I know.
I'm looking it up.
How fast is Godspeed? Is that like 2 more than warp speed?
One's a grooved wheel, and then the other one.
Kind of speed?
They're saying sleeves. They're singing, bringing in the sleeves.
A bundle of grain stalks. Okay, so it's a harvest.
Yeah.
Sheep. Sheep, I think maybe like the thing that you carry the wheat in.
Yeah, it's just grain stalks laid lengthwise and tied together after repeat.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's why.
So the cover of Led Zeppelin was it 3 or whatever?
That's why you're rejoicing. That's why you're rejoicing because you're bringing.
I got food, bro. I got food.
You're about to make some bread.
How come
we've been eating bread for 5,000 years, but all of a sudden it's wrong? You ever think about that?
I do think about that. Actually,
it's not made with the same stuff it was 5,000 years ago. Yeah, I don't think Moses was eating glyphosate.
I could tell by your tone. Now, I can hear your tone, and in my mind, I'm thinking he's saying that because he's on that fucking diet where you don't eat bread. What's the name of that? What's the name of that diet where you just eat steak?
Keto diet.
Keto, yeah. Keto.
Non-gluten diet. Non-gluten diet. It's another one. Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of bread.
Gluten free.
Fucking gluten free.
Gluten free.
Can you taste gluten?
No.
Fuck no. You wouldn't even know there was a such thing as gluten if someone didn't tell you. You'd be shoving bread down your throat
you guys hear me?
every chance you got.
Yeah, we do. We hear you. I hear you. I do.
Hello?
I don't hear you now. I
don't
did
hear
hear
you.
you.
I'm talking now because
Oh yeah, you are fading out, aren't you? Yeah, no, you're probably talking right now. No, we heard you, but it's long pauses in between. I think you are going in and out. That happened a couple weeks ago.
You there?
Yeah, yeah, there you are. Yeah.
No, that's me.
Oh.
Rio.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, no, I was just saying, no one even heard of gluten. You can't taste it in the food. If someone didn't tell
No.
somebody that there was gluten, they wouldn't know what's in there.
Nobody's spitting their coffee out. Too much gluten. Yeah. It's just not happening.
So
Yeah.
now, how long have you been on that diet, man? Are you still on it?
Yeah, I mean, I do eat bread. It's not like I'm anti-bread. I don't eat a lot of it, but I do eat some. Like I had pizza today.
Oh. Do you ever go down and get yourself a loaf of rye? Have them slice it up for you?
No, I don't do bread like that.
You don't
Very
like
well.
rye?
I do like rye.
I'm a-
I like pumpernickel
I
too.
love rye bread,
Yeah.
man.
Me too.
New York rye.
A good, nice, soft rye, right?
That's right. That's what I'm saying. You
People
go
have to
down
get
to where
turned to
they
Food
bake,
Channel.
they bake it, and it's just one chunk, and then you buy it, and they put it on a machine, and it cuts it.
Yeah, I used to do the rye breads back in the day when I was baking.
Man, think about some of the slice of that rye bread with some pastrami right now.
You got to get the good bread though. You got to get real bread. You know, the stuff.
see,
the
Rio's
stuff that
got us
only
on this
lasts-
one.
There's stuff that only lasts for a day or two before you got to get the fresh stuff, the real stuff.
Yeah, New York is famous for the bread over there, whatever kind you want. But yeah, because the water is ridiculously good over there for pizza dough and bread. And, yeah, any kind. Yep, that's why I have all those great delis, famous delis over there.
I'll tell you what, man, I'm beat to a pulp from this week at work.
Yeah, me too.
And in about 8 minutes, I'm going to be done for the day. And I'm going to go in and get
Done for the
myself
day.
something to eat.
Some rye bread,
go to
some
sleep.
pumpernickel inside.
I wish I had some rye bread right now.
And bring in the sheaves.
I'll bring in the
Yeah.
sheaves.
They ask, does the rye bread get caraway seeds or no?
No. For me, I prefer without the caraway seeds. I'll eat it, but
my
I prefer
rye has caraway seeds on it.
Yeah, I tolerate it. It's okay, but I don't.
See,
If I had a choice, I'd go without.
I always like making the rye bread with the garlic and onions on top.
Yeah.
Now we're all getting
You're gonna
hungry.
go in there right now and make some, aren't you?
Get some pastrami. Yeah.
Fuck, I wish I had some pastrami right now. And some Swiss.
I know, right?
I'd fry that. I'd fry
Pastrami on
it. I'd
rye.
fry it up, man. And then I put the
Little
Swiss
sauerkraut
on.
on top.
That sounds good. All right, well, listen. We got a GTFO. This time has come where we must part our ways for now. But we'll be back. Illuminati style. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Pacific. Right, Rock and Real?
That's right.
All right.
Lean back 33 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. Lean back 33 degrees.
And relax.
Exactamundo. All right, well, what can you say that hasn't already been said, eh?
Yeah, we're kind of at that point in this reality, I think.
I reached a point a couple, like 3 years ago. Maybe even 4 years ago. It might have been. I reached that point where I thought to myself, you know what, man? I'm starting to fucking repeat myself. You know?
Yeah.
It's
So
funny.
I have Sauron.
We can't break
That's what it is.
away. We can't break away and move on to greener pastures for some reason. We're stuck in this loop. The loop, man. We're in the Saturnalian time trap We're caught
Nothing
in the
worse than
loop.
being stuck inside those rings, is there? Yeah, it's true. You're stuck inside those rings. It's like a barricade against the thoughts that go outside of it. It's not the box. It's the rings of Saturn. And you think about it. The Eye of Sauron analogy I just made is that, our attention's like that shining out forth from us on things, and we pursue those things. When that light comes back on you, you look at yourself. Is when you get stuck in that loop, right? So it's a good thing to have self-introspect. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you always wonder, like, when you repeat yourself or something like that, is it because you're not looking outward enough anymore? And it's scary because right now, where are you going to look? AI is everywhere. We have to look harder, I guess, right? For those things. I think maybe having all those tools and that Ableton Push 3 is a good thing, instead of having, being limited. Just have to have a bigger brain to think of how to use it, I guess, right? How to use all those gifts that are given to us that way. I don't know. Maybe we're used to being scarce.
It's a universe.
Abundance would be a good thing in the end.
It's Universe 25, man.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
All right, it's time for us to
Night, everybody.
GTFO. Put my foot on the gas and head on out, Rock and Rio.
Yep, we are gone clear and out of here. Good night, everybody.